What's up, everybody? Welcome to a brand new episode of the Hot Mic. A few seconds early than 4 p.m. PT. I am John Rocha from the John Rocha channel, joined as always from my brother, the Sneider himself, Jeff Sneider. How are you, Jeff?
Hello, Johnny boy. Good to see you, baby.
You too, buddy. Shouldn't you be saying Johnny boy in a car? Because we in a Super Bowl again. Your Patriots. Jesus Christ, I can't believe it. Drake May and your boys in the Super Bowl. We just had a 5-year break from you motherfuckers. Now you're in the Super Bowl again. Ugh.
It's pretty crazy that it's just us or the Chiefs every year.
I know. It's really getting insane. It really legitimately is getting insane. How do you feel? I mean, you must be excited, but maybe nervous. Seattle's got a great defense. Darnold, some questions, but Njigba's a great receiver.
And I've heard that all playoffs. Houston, they've got a great defense. Denver, they've got a great defense. Listen, the Patriots are known for the Patriot way. They do enough. They pull out just enough to get the job done. Seattle, I don't think if they have a great offense. Hopefully, Christian Gonzalez can cover JSN, and we're decent at stopping the run. So, it's going to be a battle. I think it's going to be a really good game. Fingers crossed. If Drake doesn't get it done, so be it. He got us this far, and it's only like his second year.
It's damn America. It's a pretty amazing stuff. And we'll see if you're – and the rumor is that you're going to be heading up to the Pro Football Hall of Fame tomorrow to protest Belichick not getting in on the first ballot. I've heard that that's your next step. That's you taking the trip tomorrow. So
yes, exactly.
Good luck with all that.
For sure, alongside anybody with a brain. But listen, Super Bowl coming up. I think the thing I'm most excited for, and I don't know if we're going to do it or not, are we going to get another look at Doomsday?
Yeah, I feel like we've got – I mean, you were so great in predicting the trailers we were going to get because of, your sources, and you laid it all out. But you said you weren't sure if there was a fifth one or not, possibly a coming together. There have been a lot of rumors about a fifth and a sixth trailer even. So do you – I think we got to get one at Doomsday. I think you got to get another Supergirl trailer. I think you got to get a Dune trailer and finally announce that, yes, that's our date. Yes, we're not moving. And yes, this is happening. Don't you think? Those three, I would think, would be there.
I mean, I would agree that those three are very likely candidates. I don't know if you'll see more, from the Tom Cruise movie Digger. Like that would be like if they did like a prestige movie, and that's the sort of movie that they actually might get money on. We'll see. It's gonna be a great game, a great time. We got Bad Bunny, Mr. Bunny himself. Bad Bunny.
We got Green Day leading the way. That's a 1-2 punch. It's gonna be a hell of a Sunday for sure. Yeah, you guys are right. Maybe a Spider-Man 4 trailer, maybe a Mandalorian trailer. Anything is possible. Maybe even a Starfighter trailer, possibly like a little teaser to get people super excited for it. So all things are possible. But then again, Jeff, we've seen in years past that sometimes those trailers don't even show up, or they're like 20-second snippets, not much, just to put something up. So maybe we'll see.
Tarantino will pop up and they'll be like, I meant what I fucking said about fuck you, Paul Dano.
His 10th film is called Fuck You, Paul Dano, ... and Matt Lillard, too. That's his next fucking movie for sure. Anyway, we got so much to get into here on the show. There's a lot of controversies we're going to be talking about here on the show. We're going to talk about the Safdie brothers split. We got more details on that from one of our favorite writers, Tatiana Siegel, over there at Page 6, a.k.a. the California Post. I don't know what's going on with all this kind of stuff with Tatiana. And then we're going to jump into what's going on, of course, with James Gunn defending Christina Hodson from all the haters. Odessa A'zion removing herself from a film because she ain't Mexican enough. And all kinds of stuff we're going to talk about here on the show. But we'd like to start a little bit. We'd like to ramp up into the big story. So let me hit you with this one, Jeff. This first one, Brady Corbet. Some news coming out. Like Brady Corbett's new film. It's in pre-production for his next film, which is set to shoot in Portugal and South Africa this May/June for a 2027 release. It's titled Origin of the World on the lists, but it's untitled for right now. It's supposed to be a Western shot in 70 millimeter and rated NC-17. The story spans from 19th century into the present day. It is predominantly focused on the 1970s, however, and it will tackle the Northern California economy and explore the immigration process again. And it's supposed to be 4 hours long. Jeff, did he take the lessons from The Brutalist and go, fuck it, I'm going even farther out there and I'm going even longer? Like, what are your thoughts on this when you hear this stuff?
4 hours. 4 hours is a lot. I mean, I like the title, The Origin of the World. Of course, like who better than Brady Corbet to tell us the origin of the world?
Yeah.
I mean, I love The Brutalist. I thought it was like a singular sort of vision, and I can't wait to see what he does next.
Yeah, a 70mm Western, though. I don't know if I've ever seen one like that. So, and I don't think it's going to be like a Western, right? It's going to be a little bit more like a No Country for Old Men type of Western, which I think is a curious and exciting thing. We'll see who gets cast. We'll see what the approach to all of this is going to be.
Mix different genre elements, including horror, probably.
Yeah. It's even got elements of Chinatown dealing with like that stuff that's going on there with the Northern California economy, all that kind of stuff, and staying on the immigration thing. That'd be interesting to see what he comes up with, but I'm looking forward to it for sure, 100%. All right, we should get into this one right off the bat. Jeff, we got our first looks at these gentlemen as the Beatles. Listen to that. The Sam Mendes thing got our first looks. Paul Mescal there is Paul McCartney. Barry Keoghan, who hit the red carpet last night with that Ringo haircut as Ringo star. Joseph Quinn there is George Harrison, and Harris Dickinson as John Lennon. These are the 4 Beatles movies that Sam Mendes is doing, and of course Greg Fraser is shooting these films. No shots though, Jeff, of Anna Sawai as Yoko Ono, or Amy Lou Wood rather, as Patty Boyd, or Saoirse Ronan as Linda McCartney. But what do you think of these shots? Some people are going in on George Harrison. That Joseph Quinn didn't quite nail it, but I think this is very close. What are your thoughts?
Well, it's not on him to nail it, first of all. Right? It's on Sam Mendes and the hairstyling team and the makeup team and all that kind of stuff.
That's true.
But you're right. He certainly looks like the most like himself. I mean, that much is not in question. You kind of got to see the guy in action. But you're right. I mean, he doesn't completely look like George. The others, I think, all look amazing. Particularly Paul Mescal as Paul McCartney. He looks ridiculous. Like that could be Paul McCartney. If I'm right, like, my eyes, like, do they deceive me? I look at Paul McCartney. So that's pretty remarkable. John Lennon is in shadow, so it's tough to kind of see Harris Dickinson there, but I think he's going to look great. I could always see those two, and I could see Barry as Ringo. Yeah, the nose is a lot, but some noses are.
Some noses are, yeah. And what I love is these are shots from different periods in time of the Beatles. For me being a massive Beatles fan, that looks like Paul in the Cavern Club, George later on in the late 60s, maybe during the time when they're going and dealing with the guru there in India. And that looks like Ringo during the Let It Be sessions. And that looks like John maybe going solo, breaking off, doing his own thing, instant karma days. So I like that you're getting 4 different Beatles at 4 different periods in the history of the Beatles for me.
Really impressive, by the way, what you just did.
Well, I mean, I'm a fan. You would know, if it was a group you really loved, I'm sure you would be able to tell the period pieces. But I like the shots. This excites me on so many levels. And even I know you can't tell much from a shot in terms of like the energy of it. But if, this feels like Fraser's got those shots really lined up to bring out those eras really well,
I kind of just love the whole ambition behind this, and that they spared no expense really for the cast. Like they kind of got I've been touting these guys since I broke the news.
Yeah, you did.
Mm-hmm. I always could see it. Like Harris Dickinson especially. I was like, oh yeah, I can totally see him as John Lennon. I think it's going to be really cool that when they release this in April 2028, I think it's going to be one each weekend. I mean, I don't know. I'm sorry. I misspoke. Right now, it's supposed to be the just one day, right? All 4 movies right. One day.
That's the rumor. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's what I had said. I just don't know if they're going to change that and make it one a week throughout April 28. That might be I don't know.
I don't know why you don't do one a month, like one at the beginning of every month. You knock out 4 months, you drop those releases. They're $100 million films, Jeff.
I think you lose interest. I think you lose interest. It's like if you can just be like, hey, this is the month, one every weekend. Like you could maybe hold that interest for a month.
I wonder how they're going to screen these for critics. Are we going to go? Is it going to be like all day? You just come back every 3 hours for a new one?
Do 2 a day.
Maybe 2 a day, and do an out-of-theater reaction. So I'm looking forward to it. And Jeff, it's a murderer's row of writers. Peter Straughn from Conclave, Jack Thorne from Adolescence, Jess Butterworth from Ford versus Ferrari. And the rumor is Kristen Wilson Carnes from 1917 is the fourth writer. That's incredible. All led by Sam to put, and it's a hell of a gamble from Rothman.
Yeah, I don't know that it's Christie. I don't think that there is necessarily a fourth writer. I think it's just
okay.
Those guys help Sam write it or whatever. But yeah, I'm very much excited for this. This is the world's biggest band, and we'll see how Michael Jackson does in a few months. I mean, that movie's coming out in April.
That's a good point. That's a very good point. Yeah, we'll see how that gives us a good idea of where we're at. By the way, I just want to remind you all, we got 400 of you joining us right now live. Thank you so much for coming in on us and hanging out with us and talking all the stuff we're talking. Please remember, Super Chats and Streamlabs are open. Send in love, send in your questions, thoughts, and comments. If we get to 50 Super Chats at $5 and above, I've got a couple of Doomsday and Doom tidbits I will drop at the end of the show. You know, though I talked about last week about Secret Wars being split into two. I got two more things from a couple of sources that came through here. We'll see if they pass Jeff's smell test as well if we get to those 50 Super Chats of $5 and above. You see it, and it's pinned in the chats in the description of the video as well. All right, Jeff, let's move on to this. We got ourselves some Rambo news. Look at that. We got the first official poster for Rambo and a statement from the director, Jamari Helander, who said, "When I was 11, I saw First Blood for the first time, changed my life. Rambo wasn't just a film to me. It stayed with me growing up and was a defining influence on why I wanted to become a filmmaker. As we begin production on the origin of John Rambo, we're going back to the beginning. We're going back to the beginning. This is Rambo stripped down, raw and real, a survival story about endurance, persistence, and lost innocence." And he talks about how it's an honor to shape the next chapter in John Rambo's story. So no photos, but I think that poster is fucking badass. A fisted arm holding the dog tags. Your thoughts here, Jeff?
Badasses create badass shit. All right. Jalmari Helander.
Jalmari Helander, yes.
I'm probably butchering that name. Jalmari Helander is a fucking talent. And I emailed his agents after I saw Sisu, and I was like, this guy is fucking going to blow up. He's going to be huge. He should be directing Marvel movies or DC, whatever. Big action movies. And so I was psyched to see him get this gig, even though I'm not a big Rambo guy. Right. I think it was a nice, sort of entryway into IP for him. And if he can do a good job here, the sky's the limit. I liked the cast that joined today. The guy from the White Lotus.
Yes.
Fat, not gonna pretend to do that one. In front of me. Jefferson White, I think, is an interesting character actor. Who are the other guys?
Yao from Sinners, Jason Tobin from 1,000 Blows, which is the Hulu series, Quincy Isaiah from Winning Time.
Right, the guy who played Magic Johnson, he was amazing as Magic Johnson. Quincy Isaiah.
He was.
He was great. So great to see that guy get work. It was a cool supporting cast that got announced today.
Yeah. I love this. This is the perfect energy because it's so Stallone's role. I grew up on Rambo, saw First Blood in the theaters, and all the other subsequent films in the theaters. I defended the last one to our brother Vinny Mancuso, who thought it was a pretty much a red state type of movie, and I defended it and went back and forth. So I have a very deep love for John Rambo. If you're going to do it, you got to do it right. Getting the Sisu director is a great step forward. And then this first poster, what an energy to it. It feels rugged and raw and hardcore. And Noah Centennial, I hope he nails it, man. I hope he nails it because it would be nice to see that kind of Sisu energy in a Rambo story, bro.
Gotta get the Sisu guy in Rambo. Can't we get him? Can he be the villain or something?
Maybe he's the villain. Yeah.
Yeah, how do we not bring that guy along for the ride? Come on.
I'd like to see it myself personally. All right, let's move on to some other stuff here. Let's get into this story with James Gunn, Jeff. He's got some comments about people who were coming after Christina Hodson. He stepped in to clear the air around the upcoming Batman movie, and he did not mince words with people who were coming after Christina Hodson. Certainly, we had our discussions about it last week and other people online. He said, quote, and this is on Threads where he promised to stay off of, but I will only say anyone maligning Christina Hodson's screenwriting skills has almost certainly never read an actual screenplay by Christina Hodson. She's one of the writers who was with us early in the DCU planning stages. I don't think you can judge my writing based on films others directed, as massive liberties are sometimes taken. Basic stuff here, Jeff, but coming out clearly defending Christina Hodson, basically confirming your story that she is the writer on this thing and has been involved since the beginning on a lot of the DC stuff. So your thoughts?
This is the magic of James Gunn.
Go ahead.
Let's take a step back. So
Yes,
I
please.
got 2 texts. I'm not on Threads. I'm not on Blue Sky or wherever these people hide. Okay.
Yeah. It's not your jam.
Yeah. So I get screenshots. So that was the second screenshot that I got was that statement that you just read.
Right.
The first statement, right?
Mm-hmm.
It was an answer to this question. Hi, James. A source said that filming for The Brave and the Bold could begin in 2027. This is from Nat Evers.
Yes.
Could begin in 2027 if the script was finished, but THR said it wouldn't be till 2028 or even 2029, which is true. I'm really looking forward to seeing Batman in your DCU. James says, the universe is rife with incorrect information about The Brave and the Bold on every level. Okay. I don't think he's wrong. And I say, even though I know, DC has more or less confirmed that Christina Hodson is the current writer of Brave and the Bold. So, when I put out that report, I acknowledge that something is funky, right?
Yes, you did say that.
He doesn't want to acknowledge her, less to protect her from the online hordes, but because she's going to be replaced by another writer.
Right.
Or whatever she's not being replaced. She's the writer, but what she's writing isn't entirely what we think Brave and the Bold is, which is why I called it the movie known as The Brave and the Bold, a couple of times. So I just acknowledge that something's funky. So then if you go to the statement that you just read, he doesn't confirm that she's the writer.
Not in so many words. True.
He literally says, I will only say
that
anyone calling her skills bad, has never read one of her screenplays. And she worked with her back in the day, and you can't judge what she's done. Nowhere does he acknowledge, so that's what I'm getting at. Like something weird here.
Oh, that he doesn't say she's done a great script here. We're working with her. What she's done. Yeah. Right. In no way does he say that. Right. But I also feel it's odd that he would feel. Sorry, go ahead. Finish.
I'm just saying it's a very weird way to phrase it, and he does that both ways.
Yeah. But I think it's strange because this is a second example of he did this with Dave Bautista. Dave Bautista was never in consideration. If he doesn't get Brainiac, I don't want people to say that he didn't get it or didn't earn it, or he was never in. It's this kind of stuff that there's an unnecessary defense that he comes out with that I just don't think makes sense. Look, I get it on the basic level. We're not in high school where you got to defend your friends. It's not that kind of game. This is the entertainment business. Okay. People are going to talk shit about fans are going to talk shit. That's the game, right? This need to come out and defend people, it does kind of feel weird. I don't know why you would go out and do it. Please don't devolve back to just boys hanging out in the club and you got to defend. This is legitimate business, professional shit. So to come out and defend Christina Hodson seems odd to me. To come out and defend Bautista seems odd to me. And then for him to say that the universe is rife with incorrect information, because he's responded, but he said, the other day when he was asked on Threads about what's going on here with Batman, he's the one that said that they don't want a Batman film coming out in the same year. He wouldn't want to cloud the bat sphere until after Matt Reeves' Batman Part 2 comes out in 2027. So when people said 2028 or 2029, he said the universe is rife with incorrect information about The Brave and Bold. So you're the one saying that you don't want a Batman movie out in the same year as Batman Part 2. There's no way you're shooting one right now to be out. You're not going to get one out in 2026. So logically, people think it's going to come out 2028 and 2029. That's not an incorrect assumption to make, right? I just think it's
2 equals 4. It's 2 + 2 = 4. It's the same way when I wrote at Mashable that a bunch of black actors were likely to be nominated for an Oscar. My editor inferred, well, that means that Oscar's so white, this streak that we were no black actors, that would mean it's over. If Jeff is correct, and sure enough, 9 people of color got nominated because their work was undeniable. And
right.
But it's the same thing. Yeah,
but it is weird to defend an employee. It is weird to defend an employee.
He's the head of the studio. I think he needed to go to bat for Christina. And they may have used her almost as like a shield. Like a let's just press off our back and like announce this, and then we'll be able to continue doing whatever the hell we're actually doing with it. You know, like here's the thing about all of this. What one thing above everything that has happened?
Yeah. Okay.
And, you know, we haven't even seen Supergirl yet, so really only one movie that we've seen. What thing did he basically play a game for at denying and hinting at well in advance for months? And, you know, it was just like sitting there and playing, you know.
The Brainiac stuff or other stuff?
Doomsday. That's what I'm trying to say.
Was it Brainiac or was it something else?
The fact that he himself was directing Superman.
Right.
This was a huge game. Who, you know, like, and it's like, it was you all along, brother. And I think that's kind of what's happening here. I think that James Gunn has laid the breadcrumbs, and he has said that his favorite character is Batman. And he is just setting himself up to direct this movie after he does Superman, Man of Tomorrow.
So you think he is going to do Brave and the Bold after he does Man of Tomorrow? That's what, or whatever this is going to be, whatever this Batman movie is going to be.
That is kind of what I
think. Oh my God. Well, I mean, it might make sense. And then eventually the Justice League movie, I would imagine, because given those pictures he dropped of the Chaco's factory the other day, a lot of people thinking Martian Manhunter might be a Man of Tomorrow. And then the picture he dropped today, which looked like a possible version of the Justice League or a possible version of the supervillains with Lex Luthor, like it feels like Man of Tomorrow is going to be a low-key Justice League soft launch before we get the movie. Right. And so assuming we might get a Wonder Woman shot or a Batman shot, him directing the Batman.
Riding on the Batman Part 2, because if the Batman 2 breaks $1 billion, hard not to make another Batman movie with Matt Reeves.
I agree.
Right?
I agree. Yeah, I agree.
If it does 600, 700, you can see the justification. I mean, I don't know, and what I guess we'll see. But
damn. Well, I mean, damn, I would not be surprised because he wants it to have. He keeps saying, "Well, it's all going to have different energy or different vibes." The movie, but like clearly, a majority of these movies, if he goes down the saga route, are going to have the James Gunn energy to him. He doesn't trust anyone else to direct them quite the way he wants them to be directed, and so it makes sense. And I wouldn't be surprised if he moves on and does the Wonder Woman movie as well. I would not be surprised if that's what ends up happening as well.
Who he wants to get his hands on Batman.
I mean, he's dragging this. Of course, he's dragging this thing out. He's going through multiple writers. It makes all the sense in the world. And I do think, fucking vilify me all you want, people, but I do think there's a little bit of like professional competition with Matt Reeves. Like, you've got this great Batman movie. Well, I want to make a Batman movie that goes toe-to-toe in a different approach and get people talking about my Batman like they talk about your Batman from a different angle. And so I wouldn't be surprised.
I mean, I don't know. I just don't think James needs to compete like that. I just think he just wants to make Batman. I don't think it's about beating Matt Reeves.
I think he's got an ego. And I think there's nothing wrong with that. So he succeeded.
Too, for sure, but I don't know if I'm going to take it there.
Yeah. Well, I'm just saying. I think the last thing you want is the guy below you to outshine you if you're the boss. And I think that's kind of an element of this that I look at. Batman made more money than Superman did. And then when Man of Tomorrow comes out, if his Batman Part 2 is what people are talking about and not his Man of Tomorrow,
I don't know that it's a competition, and I think that Batman can't be judged on the same level as Superman. He's a much more popular character in general, I think.
Yeah. Damn, all the time I've spent thinking about this, it never occurred to me that he would be the one that would direct Batman. So funny. But, that would make sense. Moving Muschietti off and putting himself on that thing would make absolute sense. So,
I mean, who
all right. Anything else you want to say on this, or shall we move on, brother?
We can move on.
Okay. If you have any DC news, do you have any DC news that you can talk about or break or speculate on right now?
No.
Okay. All right. Let's move on to this, Jeff. Let's move on to a little bit of controversy. What's your thoughts on this? Odessa A'zion. She has stepped away from this film that she was going to do here. Deep Cuts, Sean Durkin's A24 adaptation of Deep Cuts, after the online outrage surrounding her casting. Some of you may not be aware of this, but she pulled herself out of this movie. This is based on the popular 2025 Holly Brickley novel. The character is named Zoe Gutierrez, who is of Mexican heritage and is Jewish. She's a character who is a close friend of the music critic Percy, who will be played by Kaylee Spaney, and the ex-girlfriend of Percy's love interest Joe, who will be played by Drew Starkey. She said, guys, on her Instagram, she put this as a story. Guys, I'm with all of you, and I'm not doing this movie. Fuck that. I'm out. Thank you guys for bringing it to my attention. I agree with every single one of you. This is why I love you guys. I went in for Percy, but was offered Zoe instead. Instantly said yes. I'm so pissed. I hadn't read the book, and I should have paid more attention, knowing what I know now. And she has pulled herself out. And of course, this has caused all the tongues to start wagging, Jeff, about casting for to race or heritage or not casting or the best actress. Your thoughts on all this?
I mean, here's the thing. When they're they're probably going to cast a Mexican actress now.
Sure.
You think that Mexican actress is going to be Jewish? What are the odds of that?
That's an interesting thing. I think that's fair.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Yes.
That will be like erased, right? It's not that I've never met a Mexican Jew, because I have, but they didn't act. Like, well, that's a pretty small percentage of the population. So God bless A24 and Sean Durkin, because they're gonna have to now find somebody who fits that description to a T. Otherwise, you're gonna get, I guess, the same controversy all over again.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'll put it this way. Obviously, this was her choice, right? This was her choice to leave.
Yeah.
Not every actor is necessarily in the same position, and hey, credit to her. Maybe her situation is even changed, because I wonder if she had actually gone in after Marty Supreme came out and lost the role to Kaylee Spaney. I'd be surprised.
Good point.
So maybe this happened before Marty Supreme even came out. I don't know. It's just tricky. I haven't read the book, right? So I don't know how her Mexicanness is, like how her identity is so key to the story. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think here's the thing. I'm of two minds of this. One, I want to commend her for hearing the outline. No,
sure.
Yeah, I commend her for looking at this thing, going, you know what? I don't need this drama. I don't need this shit. I want to go and do something else. Yeah, because I think she's incredible.
Lead, right?
Yeah,
she's the lead. She is a lead.
Right, and I think she's fantastic in a Marty Supreme. I love her in. I've even hate watching I Love LA just to see her, because I like her in the show, and I think she's a talent. And if I was a director, I would be excited to work with Odessa A'zion. But I don't buy that she was like, oh, I didn't read the book. The character's name is Zoe Gutierrez. You live in LA. You know what Gutierrez is a surname for. You're not some person who's living under a rock. And so I think she is maybe fudging the truth about how she got out of the situation. I think it's more a matter of that the backlash was so loud that she decided she didn't want to deal with this shit and moved on. And I think there's nothing wrong with that. That's her choice.
I don't think it's on her to recognize, oh, well, this is the character's last name. And so, she needs to actually be half Mexican or something like that. I mean, look at someone like Oscar Isaac, right? Oscar Isaac, the beauty of Oscar Isaac, and why I was always confident that Oscar Isaac would have a long career in this industry, is that he is ethnically ambiguous. Okay.
He's a white passing Latino. Yes.
Right. He's actually what, Guatemalan?
Is that, yeah, he's yes. Go ahead.
But if you told me he was Cuban, people would believe him on screen as Cuban. If you tell me he's Egyptian, people would buy him as Egyptian.
Right, which is what happened with Moon Knight.
Thing about acting. And so if I buy her as a Mexican Jew, which with her darker shade of olive skin and the curly hair, I do. I didn't think it was that wild.
I have to be honest with you. I as a full-blooded Latino, I had no problem with this. Like literally none. Odessa, go and do it. You're a great actress. Let's see what you can do with this part. I know I should stump for Mexican actresses to get this, but I also think, Jeff, you're 100% right. If it's good for one side, it's got to be good for the other. And if you're going to bash her for not being Mexican, you better not cast a Mexican who's not Jewish, because I think Jewish people have a right to say, what the fuck? She's half Jewish. That's an important part of her heritage in the book, probably. And so I think that's an issue. You know what I'm saying? And so if you're going to stump one side, you got to be ready for the other side to push back. And then it becomes a situation with like, well, am I going to find a talented actor who is going to bring eyes to my project, who is Mexican and Jewish? Let me see where those are, And so it's a difficult thing, because Odessa's a name now with Kaylee Spaney. That gets attention for your A24 movie. So I think this is not the place to make the stand, but I understand, but I also respect the fact that she's like, you know what? I want to be cool with all this kind of shit. I don't want to be involved in it. But
if this was an original script, right? None of us, and like this movie came out, right? We're going to the movie theater. Oh my God, have you heard about this movie? I hear it's good. Oh yeah, this girl's playing Zoe Gutierrez. I don't know. I don't get it. We'll see. And you just saw her up there. I don't think you really have a problem with it, but it speaks to the fandom around the book. That's all that this is. It's the fans of the book loud enough to object. And I understand wanting to listen to that fan base, because if you alienate them, then you don't have the housemaid. Then you don't have the Where the Cry thing. You have the Blake Lively movie,
Yeah. I want to say this. I want to address 2 points that people are saying this. Lauren's saying, I think religion part can be acted. If you think Jews are just a religion, you don't know enough Jewish people. And Jeff,
they're an ethnicity.
Yeah, it's a culture. It's a culture. I co-host numerous shows with Jewish people. I have very many Jewish friends. It's a culture.
I do agree with Lawrence. I think that you don't have to be Jewish to play a Jewish character. That would be very disingenuous of me if I was like, no, you got to do it.
Exactly. The other part is Jews are not the ones crying for this cause. That's not true. Sarah Silverman did a whole documentary about it. So educate yourself, about how someone else can. I was just saying, you don't just speak out of turn. Explore something before you say what you need to say and all of this stuff. So, I don't mind that she pulled out. I just don't buy that she didn't know what Gutierrez and she didn't know it was a Latino. I just don't buy that.
Right. But underprepared as an actress going in if she didn't know the last name of the character that she's auditioning. But she didn't. Exactly. She wasn't auditioning for the character, to be fair. Right. That's the other thing. Right. She just kind of succeeded because she wanted to be part of the project.
Well, you'd want to ask. I mean, anyone's prepared, and I'm sure her agents got the script and knew what the name of the character was. So, but either way, it is what it is in that situation. But I think the split the hair is too tight on this one, too thin on this one. She's a great actress, and now you lose her in a project. If I was a director, I'd quietly be fucking pissed, because Odessa's great.
Yeah, I mean, I'm with you on that. But again, but that's the thing. It was her choice to leave. It wasn't the studio being like, listen, we got to give into this, right? We got to find somebody else. It was her choice.
It was her choice. Would you respect on that? Exactly. Well, something I can be upset about. Jeff, did you get a chance to see this? A mini trailer was dropped today for this new quote unquote animated series about 1776 from Darren Aronofsky. Yes, the wrestler's Darren Aronofsky doing this with Time Studios, releasing this AI history. The first 2 chapters are out on Time Magazine's YouTube channel. I saw this thing, dude, and they're using SAG actors to voice the characters, but everything else is essentially AI, animated AI. I was shocked. I was shocked that Darren Aronofsky would be part of this, but here we go, Jeff. This is the next step in this process as it's happening more and more.
People are going to take this money. I mean, it's no different than Tom Brady shilling for that other that garbage, NFTs or crypto, whatever the fuck.
Oh, yeah, the crypto stuff. That's right. Yes.
All these people are going to take the money and do AI. Aronofsky has always been someone who's pushed boundaries. He did the Sphere thing, right? He was the first filmmaker to use that format. He's a guy who's interested in exploring different technologies. I'm not gonna fault him for that. I have no I gotta tell you, I know you put it on the rundown. I didn't watch it. I know what it is. I get it, and you're right. I saw those stills. They look like real people. Sure, if you told me that was like your uncle, I'd be like, okay. But yeah, I just have no interest in it. I agree. It's AI slop. If Aronofsky is who this is supposed to be for, but it's no different than watching some sort of animated recreation on like the History Channel.
Yeah. When you put AI to it, I think that's where the issue becomes, because recreations are actors. Their actors are playing those characters, right? When you're doing it through AI, you're getting this distance. They still haven't finished or fixed the uncanny valley. So when you watch this trailer, it's only 40 seconds. When you watch this trailer, you see them doing the AI thing, which is the whole, and then they speak, or the blinking and the head move. Like, it's so off-putting that I don't know who gets anything out of it. And if I was Ken Burns and I just put out a 12-hour American Revolution fucking series, I'd be super fucking pissed, that he went this route.
The beauty of what makes us human, right? I mean, AI, has done shit that has blown my mind. Yeah. Right? At the same time, I wouldn't trust it with, over my own, like, 2 eyes. You know what I mean? Like, it is easy to tell, I think, and spot what AI is these days because of that uncanny valley. I don't know that we're necessarily able to be so easily recreated.
Yeah, recreated for sure. Well, I want to take a moment right now, guys. We are 36 minutes into the show. Over 600 of you watching us live. Thanks so much for joining us. Jeff, where can they subscribe to your newsletter to get more information about all the scoops you're dropping and stories you're talking about?
Playgirl.com. No. Insnider.com. That's with a T, an I, and an S, baby.
Yes.
Treat yourself. Massages, fine leather goods, and the Insnider.
And please remember to subscribe to my channel down below. Hit that bell button. Let us know what you think about all the topics we talked about so far. And remember, if we get to 50 super chats at $5 and above, I will absolutely reveal a couple of things that I heard about Avengers Doomsday and about Doom and Fantastic Four stuff that I think you guys might find interesting. So let's get to 50 super chats. And also send in your Streamlabs as we're going along. We'll get to those at the end of the show. All right, let's move on to some more drama and controversy, Jeff. The Safdie brothers, we got more information on this split that happened between them, thanks to one of our favorite writers here, Tatiana Siegel. She claims to have the answer behind this split, Jeff, and I'm sure you've heard some stuff behind the scenes yourself through your sources, but apparently the feud started in 2017 on their set of their film Good Time, with Benny Safdie cutting ties with his brother in 2023 after he learned about, quote, the full scope of the event, which involved casting a 17-year-old girl to portray a prostitute in a scene requiring nudity and simulated sex with non-actor Buddy Duress, his real name Michael Stathis, who was a recent prison releasee in real life with a criminal history, who was reportedly high during filming. During the shoot, with Josh monitoring on a screen and Benny handling sound, sources allege that Buddy exposed himself and crudely propositioned a minor while cameras continued rolling. Multiple unsaid sources say Josh, the lead director, learned of the actress's age only after the scene as she became traumatized, an incident critics argue violated SAG rules and industry standards. The Safdies cut the scene, but the issue was resurrected in 2022 when Benny learned that the Good Time actress was a minor, which created a rift between the brothers. So this was a massive thing, and apparently they recently went to a wedding and were sat at separate tables. They haven't talked. So what's behind all of this, Jeff? Behind this incident? Like, don't brothers go, I fucked up, I forgive you, let's do better going forward. What's really going on beyond this incident?
You say that Josh didn't find out her age until after filming started?
Multiple on-set sources say the lead director learned of the actress's age only after the scene as she became traumatized. But the issue resurfaced in 2022 when Benny learned the Good Time actress was a minor. So Josh knew, Benny didn't know. Yeah.
Listen, here's the thing. You just talked for 2 minutes without naming the real guy to be, angry at.
Is that Bear McClard? Is that who you're talking about?
Which is Seb. He's the producer who cast her. He's the one who knew that she was underage. He's the one who kind of knew what the hell was going on, right?
He says he was not present during the incident, and he disputes responsibility, does producing partner Bear McClard and all of this. So, which of course he's going to do because he doesn't want to be seen
Bear
a certain way.
McClard denies responsibility. They got
Okay. He disputed responsibility and noted he was not present during the incident.
I mean, listen, at the end of the day, it's on Buddy to rest for exposing himself, right? Like, this is something he did. You know, but you can't also just be Josh Safdie and Seb and throw your hands up and be like, oh, you know, we didn't know what was going on. Like, you put her in a bad situation. You know, and you bear responsibility, right? Like, you have to take responsibility. So the fact that Josh has sort of been ducking this story for as long as he has, you know, it was only sort of a matter of time before it caught up with him again. It happened 10 years ago. This is something that happened a decade ago. And you know, I don't know if I'm buying the whole Benny didn't find out until, you know, 5-7 years later or something, right? But it's true. I totally understand why Benny would be like, listen, man, I love you. You're my brother. I'll always love you. But like, this is fucked up. And the fact that I'm hearing about it now from somebody else is fucked up. And like, we can't work together anymore. That's just how it goes. And you can't blame Benny for that. And if you're Josh, you know, maybe you're upset. Maybe you're like, listen, man, fuck you. Like, you're not going to stick with me after like we just come off Uncut Gems or whatever. Like, fuck you. But, you know, it seems like they both did fine for themselves.
This all went down in 2023 fully, apparently, because they were in pre-production for that Adam Sandler, Ben Affleck baseball movie. But Bear McClard's divorce filing is what brought about these details because it became public, and that's what ended up like them realizing they can't work together. They gotta.
Well, they got rid of him, right? They got rid of him. And that's not that they were going to continue on their way until this blew up. Listen, it's sad more than anything, but again, Benny has reinvented himself as an actor.
True.
I liked The Smashing Machine overall. It wasn't a movie that I disliked. I just wish it was better. It wasn't as good as Marty Supreme, which is up for a bunch of Oscars and deservedly so. I'm not going to hold this incident against Josh Safdie for the rest of his career, but it just showed, you know, exceptionally poor judgment. You know, and I think he's a lot more careful about his collaborators, even though, you know, that Chalamet story, I will say, gave Tatiana, she used that very conveniently as the hook in, right? Just like a kind of fun, frivolous story that Timmy's like, oh yeah, there was a guy who, you know, was on set and he was an ex-con, he said he was going to kill me. Like, that's like, you're pitting the story on that anecdote is odd. She also wrote the original. I mean, I broke the story with the Safdie brothers split, and then she did the original reporting on it to her credit. So to me, this scoop felt like she was kind of repeating herself, and the only thing was that Benny had maybe, you know, found out later than we thought he knew about it, and that was the reason for the split. Like, it was just kind of like a one sentence scoop. With all the reporting that she had done originally, with now with added context.
Well, with the extra context, you kind of can look at this whole thing and be like, it's at the end of the day, yes, the guy who exposed himself is the real villain in all of this. But then everybody else is like, well, how do you maneuver around that? It's about brand saving at that point and trying to get themselves in a position to continue making movies. And guess what? Both of them continued making movies, including possibly having films for Oscar contention this past year. Smash Machine didn't quite make it, but certainly the intention was there to get to a position to possibly get a nomination, acting or otherwise, for his film. And then on the other side, Marty Supreme did. So it hasn't affected them getting work, you know, so we'll see down the road.
I feel like was someone who they realized was probably bad news. He's in Good Time, but he's not in Uncut Gems.
Right.
And so it seemed like they had, you know, wised up to that fact and move on from him. And I think that filmmakers, you know, as terrible a mistake as that is, and that girl will have to live with that incident for the rest of her life.
Yeah.
Young filmmakers, like, they're going to make mistakes. And obviously that's a terrible one, and they need to be held to account. But front page story on the New York Post 10 years later, I just don't know that that's like in anybody's best interest. And I think that is a criticism that Tatiana has received that's actually been kind of fair. It's just like the victim is totally lost in this.
Yeah. That's
completely lost in this story. Didn't care about her really at all. This is just, I mean, yes, it's about a terrible thing that happened and it should be mentioned. It shouldn't be forgotten or swept under the rug. But it is very conveniently timed, which I don't think is incidental. I laugh at the people who said it was Benny, though, as like the source. I'm like, dude, if you know anything about brothers, like there's no way like Benny Safdie is running to Tatiana Siegel to tell this story. Like that's not happening.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if it was Bear doing the fucking thing. Your thoughts, though, Jeff, you hinted on this. I was going to ask you as a follow-up question, like, we saw that Timmy story in Vulture just a few days ago, and now this story coming out. Is there like a little bit of a concerted effort by people in these other places to try to undercut the Marty Supreme situation, all this kind of stuff? Chalamet, like, is there a campaign to come after him? Because there is a legitimate like beef people seem to have with Timothy,
Give me the top 4 Oscar contenders.
Chalamet, DiCaprio, Wagner Mora.
No. Best Picture.
Oh, in my opinion, One Battle After Another, Sinners, Marty Supreme, and I don't know what the fourth one is. What's the fourth one?
Hamnet.
Oh, Hamnet. Yes, sorry, Hamnet. Yes.
You're Warner Brothers. Like you're maybe not that worried about Hamnet. I don't think I would necessarily be, although people have said that's with the weighted ballot. That would surprise, right?
Right.
Marty Supreme, though, is like that. The filmmaking to me is better. It's a better movie than Sinners and One Battle After Another, which I don't think Hamnet. Yes, I think Marty Supreme is the best of the 3 movies, and I think Hamnet is a distant fourth. So if you're at that studio, or I'm not pinning this all on Warner Brothers, but like that's the contender that I'd be nervous about if I was them. And this is a great way to sort of, neutralize them and be like, well, listen, we may, now we're just competing against each other. It's really just a One Battle versus the Sinners thing, which it could be all along. Right. But there's a fear that those Warner Brothers movies split votes in a sense, allowing a third party movie like Marty Supreme.
That's true.
Out of nowhere. What movie came out of nowhere to beat La La Land?
Moonlight. Right. Exactly. I don't know. What was it? What was the studio from
A24?
A24, right? Yeah.
A24, I think, is very savvy at playing the game. And it knows that if you can get, again, I think Marty Supreme is the best of the 3 movies. If you can get it on a number 2 or number 3 on enough ballots, it doesn't necessarily have to be better than, be the favorite. As long as it's better than the other one.
I think I would go. I mean, it's in my top 3. It's certainly One Battle, Hamnet, and Marty Supreme in my top 3. Yes, over Sinners. I would absolutely put all those 3 movies over Sinners in my particular ballot. But yeah, interesting stuff. Have you did your Oscar ballot right in your newsletter yesterday, or are you doing that tonight?
I did do the If I Had an Oscar ballot, and I gave Best Actor to one Channing Tatum for Roofman.
For Roofman. Oh wow.
I thought Channing Tatum gave an incredible performance in Roofman.
Okay.
Really a charming guy who isn't really a good guy deep down.
Oh, the character. Yeah. Fair point. All right, let's move on to some other stuff, Jeff. Let's talk about something a little bit lighter. How about this? Jennifer Grey is coming back with a Dirty Dancing sequel movie. Do we need this? This is an interesting situation, brother. Jennifer Grey coming back to being a part of this. She will be the EP on this, executive producer, and she will have a role in the film. She's returning as Baby in the movie. Lionsgate will announce that the film will be moving forward. They said that Nina Jacobson and Brad Simpson will be producing, the same people who are behind the upcoming Hunger Games film, Sunrise on the Reaping. And the script will be written by Kim Rosenstock. Jonathan Levine was supposed to direct, but he will just serve as EP now. So, what are your thoughts? Do we need a sequel all these years later? And do we need to see what Baby's up to in 2026?
Not sure I would have announced this without a director.
Yeah, that seems weird, right?
Not sure where the pressure was coming from or why we needed this announcement. would have gone to press once you had a director. Do we need it? No, but Lionsgate needs it. And this a juggernaut. Again, that female audience is underserved. That's what we say every year when we're surprised by movies like The Housemaid, which just crossed $300 million. For which studio, John?
Warner Brothers? I don't know. Who is it? Lionsgate. That's right. Lionsgate.
Which is doing this, right? They saw the power of, the female audience. Why are we spending a ton of money for Keanu Reeves to make movies that dudes may or may not show up for?
Oh, good point.
Right, with John Wick, when we can capture this female audience that has been pretty reliable and consistent.
Yeah.
The message that I sort of got from everything.
Good point. And listen, this is still a beloved film. This is Lady Outlaw's top 5 favorite films ever. So maybe there is and there have been subsequent sequels. Diego Luna was in one of those, the Havana Nights one with Patrick Swayze, one of the last film roles before he passed on. So they've tried to redo these things. So maybe with Jennifer Grey, there's a little bit of magic here that she can put this thing together, and putting herself in the movie as a hook, possibly. So we'll see.
Who cast? If you're doing Dirty Dancing today, and it's Jennifer Grey who's involved somehow, right? She's on screen somehow.
Yeah.
How do you do it?
If you want my honest opinion, I don't think a lot of people go this route, but I think especially given the heated rivalry stuff, I think you gutsy go with a gay couple. I think that could be really interesting as Dirty Dancing, a gay couple. There's baby. This is going to be set, 30 years later after her time there and wherever it was. I've never seen the movie in my life. Is it the Catskills or Poughkeepsie, wherever she was? I think that could be an interesting way to explore this thing. Certainly, there's a lot of gay men who love to dance and do dance numbers. You could mess around with that kind of stuff in there. So I don't know. That's my possible approach to it. I'd probably get laughed out of the room, but maybe. What about you?
It's interesting. It's a good pitch. I don't think that's what I would do with it, because I think that kind of puts a ceiling on it in terms of the box office.
I don't know. Maybe. Heated Rivalry that's a lot of views on that show, bro.
Unquestionably. And obviously, my number one movie of the year is about a gay couple, Pillion.
Pillion, right.
It's not that there's any aversion to that. I think it could work, but I'm not sure it's what you do with this IP at this point.
Okay. What would you do?
I think you do something traditional, but doesn't Jennifer Grey kind of have to be the mom this time?
She has to be the grandma this time. Let's be real, bro. She's almost 60. She's almost 60, for God's sake.
Yeah.
Right? Are they going to try to pitch her as this could be what do you call, what was the...
How old is she? Tell me how old she is.
65 years old. I'm sorry. She's almost 70, Jeff. So I would say
maybe it is a granddaughter. Yeah. But don't you think she has to be involved? How else do you involve her?
Of course.
Right?
But I think it has to be the granddaughter, but she's involved as and maybe the tables are turned. Maybe she's the one that's the strict one, like her dad was. And, that she has to certainly. That could be interesting.
Okay, so this actress isn't Jewish, but everybody thinks of her as Jewish.
Odessa A'zion? No, go ahead.
Exactly. Same show. Rachel Sennett.
Oh, yeah. Oh, Rachel Sennett could be.
Did you see Rachel Sennett in Dirty Dancing? I kind of could.
She's a bit raunchy, bro. I think you want to go a little more safer, don't you?
Dirty Dancing, bro. I want to see a little much. You want me in the theater? Get me Rachel Sennett dancing. If you can't get the girl who just got you $300 million.
Oh, Sydney Sweeney. But she's too old to play, isn't she? Isn't she almost 30?
Listen. I said that because I would go see Sydney Sweeney in a Dirty Dancing movie if they actually raunched it up, but I don't think Sydney Sweeney's doing Dirty Dancing.
But Dirty Dancing is not supposed to be a raunchy movie, man. It's a sweet girl.
This is 2026, baby. Kids these days are on iPads all day and doing all kinds of crazy shit.
That's the answer. You're not going to get her, but that's the answer.
Ooh.
You can't get her, but that's the answer.
Yeah. And for a guy, there's a zillion guys out there. You could get one of the Heat Rabbits guys to really straight it up or something. After that,
yeah.
You know who I think would be good though.
Who?
There's something, I don't love him in the Scream franchise, but there's something about Mason Gooding.
Oh yeah, I could see that.
Might have a little rhythm.
Who's the? It'll probably be another Mason. It'll probably be the kid from the Dragon movie, Mason Thames. It'll probably be him.
No, nobody wants to see him dancing. Ew. Gross. Sorry, Mason Thames. Stick to Ryan Dragons, bro. Leave the dance to me.
Oh, good stuff. Good stuff. All right, let's see here. Let's move on to another. Speaking of Sydney Sweeney, just moving to her big story this week, Jeff. Yeah, the Gundam situation is apparently happening over at Netflix. How about that? Pretty interesting stuff. This is exclusive from Deadline, according to them. Their feature adaptation of Gundam looks to have found a home. Sources tell Deadline that Netflix is on board to distribute the pick. Sydney Sweeney and Noah Centineo, who will be playing Rambo as well, are on board to star with Sweet Tooth director Jim Mickle helming. Netflix and Legendary could not be reached for comment, though, on all of this stuff. And the plot of the film is under wraps, but people are speculating that it is based on a star-crossed romance between the two, who find themselves falling in love despite being on opposing sides of an interstellar conflict. And for you nerds of Gundam, some people are comparing it to the loose premise of the beloved mid-90s OVA, the 08th MS team, which revolved around the bursting romance between Earth Federation mobile suit pilot Shiro Mata and the A'zion pilot Aina Sahalin. I'm sure that's all Greek.
What are you saying right now? What
exactly? I know. I'm trying to read this to seem cool, and I'm way off base on this. But your thoughts on this, Jeff? Because remember, I mean, Netflix is in the process of buying Warner Brothers, which is home to Godzilla and Dune. But Legendary is trying to potentially sign a new deal with Paramount, who is battling to get Warner Brothers from Netflix. So this is a very confusing situation. But
what's my long-held belief about this industry? It's that the things happen that should happen.
Nah. All right. Okay. Fair.
The people get the roles that they should get.
They're supposed to get.
Right?
I don't.
Exactly. It's a weird belief of mine. And so Gundam is getting the home that it always deserved, which is Netflix. To be another forgettable Netflix movie. I don't believe property at all. This is one like Voltron or Masters of the Universe that if I were an executive, you couldn't pay me to touch with a 10-foot pole. It doesn't matter if you sold me the rights for $1.
Wow.
I would have nothing to do with these properties.
It's a $600 million franchise, bro.
I don't care.
Okay. All right.
And I have literally zero interest in this project.
Okay. All right.
And that is despite the presence of Miss Sweeney and Mr. Centennial, who I've debated getting that Sundance movie, Union County. I don't know if it's sold out yet.
Yeah.
That's one that's available on the portal.
But do you think that she'll stay attached to this project? I mean, if Housemaid just made $300 million, are you going to do a Gundam movie? Shall I show you Millie Bobby Brown in Electric State?
For the reasons you just said, I think that she will, right? It's a hugely popular IP. Now it's got Netflix behind it. It's going to be seen by now 300 million people.
I guess so.
I mean, I'm already getting called out in the comments, but yeah, I just don't. I have negative interest in Gundam or any of this stuff.
Yeah.
So like Transformers, aren't you a little excited as a Transformers guy
for Gundam?
Isn't it?
I'm not familiar with the Gundam stuff, so I can't speak on it. I was just reading what I compiled from different articles.
I don't know.
Voltron is Transformers. Yes, 100%. That is very similar. Yeah. Let's move on to this. Let's talk about this, Jeff. The Joe Carnahan lawsuit. Let's get into a little more controversy. This is going on, of course, right now. The director of RIP, which came out and his surpassed Happy Madison 2 with the amount of views it's gotten on Netflix. I will at some point eventually watch this motherfucking movie, but he has been accused of sexual battery, assault, and stalking by his ex-girlfriend, Michelle Crosby, who he first met in 2020 and began dating shortly after until it ended in 2024. The lawsuit alleges the director physically attacked her numerous times during their relationship, One of the encounters is detailed in the suit, alleges an encounter at a hotel in 24 that, quote, turned violent when Carnahan suddenly yanked her hair as she screamed for him to stop. And she approached the law enforcement in Riverside about the incident, but they declined to pursue the incident for, quote, lack of sufficient evidence. But then this is apparently there's the Carnahan and his people are pushing back, saying that this is a counter to his lawsuit, claiming that she took was in a car and crashed it up, and there's all kinds of, so it's basically dueling lawsuits over a relationship that two people were involved in, and apparently was full of a lot of drama between them. So your thoughts on all of this, Jeff? She's seeking unspecified damage, but at least $3 million for luxury items that she claims Carnahan stole, and he claims she damaged a car that he let her borrow. So your thoughts on all this?
Yeah, it's a classic. He said, she said. She's probably telling the truth.
Yeah.
It's not a good look either way for Joko. Who I have always liked. And I don't doubt some of the stuff that he is saying. But yeah, in my experience, I don't think people just make this stuff up out of thin air. I think parts can be embellished. It's not that some of these people are blameless, but at the end of the day, I always thought you can't raise your hand to a woman, and doesn't sound good right now.
It's all a mess. And what I'll tell everybody out there, and especially the men, if you get into a relationship and you let your emotions get the best of you, and your physical, if you're in a toxic relationship, get the fuck out. There's nothing that's going to serve you. And especially, and of course, women, that's just a given. Get the fuck out of a toxic, abusive, physically unhealthy relationship. But men, if the first time you have that fight and it gives those vibes off that she might not be a stable person, get the fuck out of there. There's no end result that is positive for you.
A stable relationship, people have fights, right? And they get angry.
Yes. Right,
and if you feel like things are going to escalate to a physical confrontation, a physical encounter, you got to walk away.
Yeah, you got to get out of it. Yes, 100%. Right. I've never had any physical relationships, but I've been in toxic relationships where you yell at each other, say the worst things possible, because it always comes from two people who are not dealing with their issues psychologically and have to go see a therapist. That's my experience, and I know, like, I have such a safe and healthy and happy relationship with the Lady Outlaw. We do occasionally have differences of opinion, but it's never in the toxic stuff that I remember being in with numerous women in LA. So, and Joe, there's this section of people, Jeff, these directors.
One second. Yeah. Lady Outlaw is texting me. She
wants yeah, exactly.
Wants to know when you're leaving to go to work.
But there's this section of directors or people in LA who walk around being the man kind of stuff. And they're usually the kind of people who get involved in these kinds of relationships, sadly. So, yeah.
And Joe is known for having a temper. I don't think that makes him guilty of something like this. But, even the people who know him and love him would acknowledge that, I think he is known for having a bit of a temper. So,
yeah, exactly. Yeah. So, yeah, those kinds of things happen. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. All right. So, but you grow from them. I had to go to therapy and figure out what my issues were. And once I put that shit together, I apologized to the people I'd been in relationships with and gotten into a healthy relationship. It happens. We all have a past. We all go through shit. We all got stuff to go through. It's just
obviously this is designed though to, inflict the maximum damage.
Yes.
On his career time to the success of the rip. I don't know if there's one final overture made where it's like, listen, if you don't, give me X, Y, or Z, I'm going to be filing this, and it's really going to shit up. And, it certainly has, and it wouldn't shock me to see Ben and Matt distance themselves in the coming days. I don't know. We'll see. Obviously, you got to let things play out in the courts, and there are two sides to every story.
100%. Let's get into some reviews, Jeff. Send Help is out.
Pants.
Look at that. Send Help is out from Sam Raimi with Rachel McAdams, Dylan O'Brien. I got a chance to see this one the other day. I did my reaction. It's up on the channel. Do my review tomorrow. But what are your thoughts on this one, Jeff? Is this Sam Raimi a return to form?
I haven't seen it. I've missed it twice. I've missed it twice. I missed like the early previews. I missed something. It was just like the universe conspiring to keep me away from this movie. So I do have plans to see it Saturday night.
Okay. All right. I want to hear your thoughts. It's because I really liked it, and I think you're going to get a kick out of it. I have to recommend this to people. You guys know I'm not the biggest Sam Raimi person, but I think this is one of the best films he's ever done. And Rachel is great. And Dylan is great, who I think is still an unrecognized great young talent that doesn't get. Yeah, he hasn't hit that. Why isn't he Marvel or DC? Dylan is so good. I don't understand why.
Is that what we're aspiring actors to be? Why? Why isn't he selling out and taking the money and being in a
just saying
movie?
It's security. Even Ryan Gosling's in a fucking Star Wars movie, Jeff. Come on. It's security.
And he could be a good Robin. He could be a good X-Men guy. Who knows? He'd be a good Cyclops.
Yeah, I think he'd be great as Cyclops. And I think he'd be great in the DC universe as a grown-up Nightwing. That's a great point.
So
speaking of comic book stuff, let's move on to this then. Jeff, your thoughts on Wonder Man? All 8 episodes dropped the other day. You wanted to talk about it. I loved it. What are your thoughts, Jeff?
I loved it.
Yeah. Jeff Sneider says he loved a Marvel TV show, y'all. Mark down the time, mark down the date. Go ahead.
I was so skeptical of the critics who were like, oh my God, it's so different and their chemistry is so good. I was like, and it wasn't really until the final moments of the end. I don't want to spoil anything.
Yeah, let's not spoil anything, but talk around.
They play a song. What it is, and they play a song, and my mouth just shot up to my hand shot up to my mouth, and I started to tear up.
Wow.
I thought it was a beautiful ending.
Yeah.
They did have excellent chemistry. Ben Kingsley is great on the show.
Yeah.
And it was a breath of fresh air that showed that if you focus on characters and story, and you're not emphasizing the giant fucking light beam portal in the sky, you can actually make something kind of special.
It's so good. Like, I've rewatched it twice now. It's so good. Because it's literally an afternoon from 1 to 4 o'clock or 4:30. You can knock out the show. And I even loved what I thought would have been the most pretentious episode, that black and white episode in the middle of the season. I thought even that was something that was really poignant and interesting to watch. And I thought, as you said, the chemistry, the back and forth between them. I mean, Kingsley has this tenderness gear that you rarely get to see in movies. But when you see it, you're like, man, I wish I knew this dude. Man, I wish you want that energy around you. And I love that. And the back and forth, and there are and the sacrifices they make for each other at critical moments because of their friendship, bro. I was so surprised by that. It's just a very touching movie show about friendship and connection, and about like embracing the thing that another person is ashamed of, or their past, getting over their past so they can have a brighter future. It has such powerful messaging throughout. And it barely connects to the MCU. It's very much its own thing, which I think is a gift to this show as well.
If you've seen the whole show, do not spoil the song.
Yeah, exactly. Do not spoil the song. And I love her agent. I thought her agent was great as well. The woman who played his agent, she was great.
Yeah, it was surprisingly good.
Yeah.
But you know what? It was funny to see that one tweet go viral about like it being dumped in January. It's like, January is like peak TV month. Like that is like where you drop your big show almost.
Because people are home. Yeah.
Sure. But I'm just. It's about the rhythms of the calendar, because like Emmy eligibility ends in May, so this is almost like fall release in a sense.
Good point. Did you get to see anything else this week, Jeff? TV wise or movie wise, you can talk about?
Good luck, have fun, don't die.
Yes, no, yes, no, yes, no.
Were you a fan of Everything Everywhere All at Once?
Of course, I loved the movie. I did.
Yeah, I think this movie is very much for fans of that movie. It is distinctly Gore Verbinski. It is off the wall, weird, batshit eccentric, obviously made, for a relative penance. Sorry, I'm getting a call.
Okay.
I thought it was okay. Sam Rockwell was really good, but ultimately it wasn't really for me. And so when it was the secret screening that was next to folks like my age, and then I think like someone of the generation above us. And when it was over, the older woman just turned to us and she was just like, "I'm too old for this." And it is one of those movies, so it's like an "I'm too old for this" movie. I wish Briarcliff the best of luck. I love Tom Hortenberg. I'm rooting for this movie. We need original movies like this. I want to see Sam Rockwell as more leads, but this was just okay at best for me.
Does this come out next week or is it out this weekend? I don't know when it's out.
A couple of weeks. It was pretty ballsy to show it early. I think that they're banking on really good buzz, which for the most part there may very well be. Apparently, this is a very popular movie on TikTok. My friend thinks it's going to do very well. I kind of politely disagreed with that assessment, but we'll see.
I don't think I've gotten a screener yet for this one, or screening rather, for it yet, other than in LA, which I couldn't go up and see. So
95% on Rotten Tomatoes when I saw it.
Wow, that's great. Okay. It comes out February 13th, but it stars someone who I just recently finished their show. If I could do a mini review, if you guys haven't seen Ponies on Peacock, highly recommend that show. I really, we finished it last night. So much fun. Haley Lou Richardson, who is in Good Luck, Don't Die, Have Fun, Don't Die. She is great in the show. I'd never seen her before in anything. Her and Emilia Clarke were fantastic. So I highly recommend that show if you guys haven't seen Ponies. It's 8 episodes, I think. And it's so much fun to get through. And I thought what's her face from Very Important People, Vic Michaelis, who's a very funny comedian, she was great on the show as well. So if you haven't seen Ponies,
Fogel's show, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I like Fogel. Fogel's a good egg.
Yeah, he is. It was a good show. Yeah. Did you see anything else? Anything ahead of time? Any screeners or anything? Or are you good?
I mean, that was it. Tonight I'm watching Josephine.
Which one's that one?
Hot Sundance movie with Channing Tatum about like an 8-year-old. This is a rape.
Did you buy the online?
What?
Did you buy the online Sundance thing? Did you buy the online Sundance thing?
Yeah, it was $35.
Wow. Oof. Yikes. Yeah, because I saw the whole festival pass was sold out. The $850 one sold out. And I got to say, it gave me hope. Like the fact that people are willing to pay $850 to try to see all the Sundance movies at home, it's amazing. So I like that, dude. All right. Anything else? I think we're good. You want to get into the questions? Shall we get into the questions here? Or do you want to talk about
cues? Give me some P's. Give me some cues.
Okay, let's do it. Let's get some questions here. Aiden Norris. And remember what I said, if we get to 50 super chats of $5 and above, I will absolutely reveal some Doomsday news for you guys. We're at 28 right now, so we need to get 22 more questions. Aiden_Norris says, Batman 2 writer posted a gif of Memento and people think Guy Pearce could be playing Christopher Dent. Would this be good casting? Third MCU star, LOL. I would love that, Jeff. I think he's great casting. I just watched King's Speech again the other night for like an hour, and he was great as the guy who steps down. What'd you think of this? Would you like to
that's wild. That's very interesting. Guy Pearce coming off The Brutalist. I mean, he kind of was Christopher Dent in that movie.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, that could be really good.
Okay.
Beats me.
Okay. All right.
I would love it.
I think it's a great choice. Aiden says, I can't recommend the show Hal and Harper on Mubi enough. After this and Cha-Cha Real Smooth, Cooper Raiff is one of the most exciting young filmmakers. I haven't heard this show. Jeff, what about you?
Yeah, he did it independently and Mubi bought it. I started watching it for like 15 minutes and then I stopped. I mean, it just wasn't the right time for me. It was less about the show, just like bad timing. Sometimes that happens. And I think that my screener has since expired. I've heard like Mark Ruffalo, he co-stars in it. Love him, but can't say I've seen this one. Was a big fan of Cha-Cha though.
Okay. All right. Let's see. Carlton Rudder says, London calling. Thank you, Carlton. John, for your devotion to Liverpool FC and interest in British and movies and TV. Thank you. I hereby make you an honorary Brit welcome here anytime. Thank you, my friend. I love London. I want to move. I want to move to England so bad. Hopefully in the next couple of years, we will make it happen. We definitely have plans to do so. So we will see.
What am I, fish and chips? Am I chopped?
You pate, buddy.
I'm a.
I don't know if the Brits can handle you, man. I don't know.
I went to Britain once. Did I tell you my story about going to Britain,
no,
guys?
Please. You went to Britain once?
I went to London once. I went as part of the choir in high school. That's why I joined the choir that year. Okay, because I knew that the choir took a trip at the end.
Wait, stop. What are you, a tenor, a bass? What were you?
I'm a baritone.
Baritone. Okay, fair. Go ahead. Yes.
And so I went to London and Scotland on this trip with my girlfriend at the time. I was a junior in high school, actually. My girlfriend was a senior. So we went together, and my best friend went as well. And all I remember was I bought a bunch of porn there.
Oh my God.
All right. Because it's legal to buy porn. Like,
yes.
You just had to be 16. So I was 17. So I could buy porn, and I flew back home with it, and I popped it in the VCR, and it didn't work because it's a PAL format. Nobody told me that
because of the code. Yeah.
I got a bunch of, and I have Snatch. It's down there. You can see. Oh, you can't see it on the screen, but yeah,
no.
I have to show it.
I love the Jeff story about London is him buying porn. That's just perfect. That's on brand.
Strip.
Oh yeah.
Yes, look at the back. It's got the
wow.
That is a British VHS PAL, whatever the fuck I got here.
That's hilarious, man.
It says VHS. So
I studied there for 3 or 4 months in '98. I fell in love with that country, man. I want to move back so bad. I want to move there so bad. JMH Movie says, "Can we get Jeff's thoughts on Good Luck, Have Fun, Don't Die?" You just did. I saw it at a festival and couldn't stand it. Feels like people are just being positive because they're glad Gore is making movies again. Gore Verbinski. Yeah, there you go.
Well, welcome to modern criticism where everyone feels like they know people online and everyone's rooting for. It's very weird.
It is very weird. Zion Miguel says, "I'm late, but I finally saw Companion recently and thought it was very good. It had very good script, blending tones and genres and tropes as well. What's next from that writer and director? Thanks." Oh, I don't know. Jeff, do you know what's next from Companion? Companion first.
Who directed Companion again?
I'm looking it up right now. I forget. I can't type as fast as I would like. Sophie Thatcher and Drew Hancock.
That's right. Drew Hancock. I mean, I think he's doing. First of all, he could be someone who winds up directing that Weapons prequel. That wouldn't shock me, but I think he's doing that like short story based on like the hunt. It was like a barn. Scott Glassgold's producing it. I know he has.
Okay. IMDb has him as the writer of the remake of The Faculty coming up as a writer next.
I mean, okay.
I
forgot about that one, but yeah, I thought Companion was okay. I didn't love it as much as I wanted to be honest.
Interesting career, this guy. A lot of interesting things he's written on. Blue Mountain State. Wow. Okay. He also says, Zion Miguel, if I'm going to start writing a new screenplay now and expect someone to buy it in 10 years, which topics and or theme genre should I dabble in? What type of movies do y'all think are bankable in a decade? In a decade? Fuck, man. I don't even know if we're going to have standard movies in a decade. It'll all be AI, as Aronofsky is trying to show us. If I were you, I'd study AI more than writing a script for 10 years. What about you, Jeff?
Sex.
That's true. That'll never end. That's a good point. That's an evergreen thing.
Go out of style, baby. Comedy changes. Everything changes, but at the end of the day, that don't change, honey.
That's a good point. It doesn't. Crashing Coyote says, thoughts on Bruce Springsteen's song he released today titled Streets of Minneapolis. I don't agree with him politically, but mad respect for that great song. Yeah, I thought the song was very touching. I listened to it a few times this morning. I mean, incredible to put that together that quickly, record it with the lyrics he recorded. They're very specific to what's going on there in that state and city. And I thought they were great. Jeff, did you get a chance to listen to it?
Nope. Okay. Apple didn't put it on my phone like it did that U2 song.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I remember that. That's right. Yeah, it's out on YouTube if anybody wants to listen to it for sure. Brian Davison, 8306 says, just love to you and your collaborators for hard work, Rocha. Love you, homie. Your hard work is recognized here. Oh, thank you, Brian. I appreciate it. And the hard work of all my co-hosts who do great work coming on the shows and work with me as well. So thank you, Brian. LGF18 says, any guesses on per-screen average for Melania? I assume Amazon won't be releasing the box office numbers, but wow, it's playing very wide. Love you guys. Jeff, this is going to be an utter fucking failure. And MAGA's not even buying the tickets and not showing up like they did for that child trafficking movie. They are not showing up for this movie, bro. Like, what? This is amazing to see what's happening here. And they got two really great cinematographers to do this film too. So your thoughts here?
What do you think it's going to make?
It's rumored to make $3 million. That's what they're expecting, $3 million. I think even less than that. What about you?
I'll take the over.
Over on 3? Okay. I will take the under.
You want to make a bet?
No, I don't bet on these things because I never know what's going to happen.
What if I do 5? What if I go 5?
And I just don't trust them not to buy out the theaters and not show up. So
exactly, John. That's why I think Jeff Bezos could at any time press a button.
Yeah,
and have this movie gross $10 million real easy that he would not miss. And
there's just
and suddenly the whole narrative changes.
Yeah, Tim Cook is probably going to buy up a bunch of seats. That sellout sack of shit. Josh Duckwall says, hello, gents. Hope you guys are doing well. I looked further into my question last week about Ron Howard's new firefighter movie, and it looks like it's going to be set in Texas. Hoping some filming happens here in Fort Worth. Josh is one of our new fans, Jeff. Josh and his lovely significant other there in the picture. His wife, I think. So your thoughts on this? Do you hear anything more about this firefighter movie?
I'm not going there this week, okay? You don't got me.
They responded well last week.
I just know that Christina is writing that movie. And it's got Glenn Powell in it. I mean, that's literally all I know. I imagine it would be set in Texas. Fire. Yeah.
I wonder if it's the continuation of Backdraft. Maybe it's not a remake. But
it has nothing to do with Backdraft. Guys, it has nothing. Just because Ron Howard's directing it and he directed Backdraft doesn't mean they're the same movie.
Okay. All right. I can't wait till the Bruce Hornsby song is like the theme song for the movie. Toaster Retribution says, thoughts, comments on Apple adapting Brandon Sanderson's Cosmere universe for film and TV. I think Apple has struck gold here as long as it's done right. I don't know much about this universe, Jeff, so I can't opine on this. What are your thoughts on this?
I don't know. I don't care. You know how many fucking fantasy books I've seen get announced? So and so has acquired Kingslayer.
Oh, true.
Lord of Thorn and Rose. I've seen them all.
Yeah,
I've been around a long time now. I would say less than 10% of them get made. Right? Every now and then you see Game of Thrones or Rings of Time, Wheel of Time, whatever the fuck it is.
Wheel of Time, yeah.
Not Rings of Power, Wheel of Time. Yeah, it's just rare. So I really don't care about this series. I don't care about Apple adapting it. It probably won't happen, but hats off to them if they can pull it off.
It's an interesting deal because this the writer of the series, and it's the Mistborn series that they're going to be tackling here. Brandon Sanderson, the deal he worked out with Apple, he gets rarefied control over the screen translations. According to the sources, they're reporting this on Hollywood Reporter. He will be the architect of the universe, which means he will write, produce, and consult, and will have approval. This is something that not even J.K. or George R.R. Martin enjoys in their respective franchises in terms of the adaptations. So interesting. It has sold over 50 million copies. His books have sold over 50 million copies in the series.
Classic mistake. Classic rookie mistake.
Giving him control.
Yeah, exactly. It's like that's exactly how to ensure your project doesn't get made. When you're just like, well, I've got all this control, and it's like, not if we don't make the show, bro. You don't have shit.
That's true. Master for Life, Jedi Master for Life says, who do you have winning traders this season? Oh, I haven't watched this new season. I watched the British celebrity one, which was fucking awesome, but I have not watched the new one. And I heard Rappaport got kicked out the first episode. I heard Funches is out as well.
But my answer for all who's going to win whatever reality show is always Billy Baldwin.
Billy Baldwin? That's fair. That's fair.
Billy Baldwin! He's going to win. I don't know what show we're talking about, but he's going to win.
Spooberman says, how would Sony even handle the awards campaign for the Beatles? I can't imagine all four running for the lead actor. Would Sony try to run all four, be ran in both lead supporting actors to see what sticks? I don't think they give a fuck about the awards right now. I think they care about whether these movies are going to make money first. The awards can come second. Honestly, $100 million per movie? That's a hell of a gamble they're making. I think they care about making money first. Fuck awards. Jeff?
Yeah, with all due respect, Spooferman, and we thank you for your question.
Yes, thank you.
I had to be like, who in the name of God is thinking about the awards category placement for the Beatles movies right now? You're 2 years early, man. Don't worry about it.
Yeah,
Don't
it'll shake itself out.
It'll be okay.
If the Oscars were smart, they wouldn't let either of them, any of them be nominated and just give them a special award, a special Oscar for pulling this off, both them and Sam Mendes, and not worry about putting them in the awards at all. Because anyway, Spoofer Man also says, I saw the Arnold doc, Pumping Iron. Yeah, classic. Man, young Schwarzenegger was so mean in the best way. Recommend everyone here to watch it. Bro, he is the cerebral assassin in that documentary. You watch that doc and you go, oh, now I know why he succeeded in Hollywood. That fucker was always smarter than everyone he was in the room with, you know?
If we're talking about Pumping Iron, man, you guys should see me with these dumbbells, let me tell you.
You're pumping aluminum with those dumbbells.
I'm worried they're going to fall straight through the fucking floor.
Get out of here, man. And if anybody wants, we broke that film down on the Cinephile, so you can listen to our episode on that. It was a really good documentary. That Shadow 790 says, Jeff, does it pass your smell test of Guy Pearce getting cast as Chris Dent? I think you opined on this already. Yes.
Oh, it passes the smell test. All right. I can totally see it.
Yeah. George Romer says, hey, Outlaw, may the force be with you guys. Thank you. What are your thoughts on classic Star Wars characters showing up in Maul? Shadow Lord, Han, Leia, Lando, Chewie. You want me to take this one? Well, I think it's safe for it to happen because it's animation. And because it's animation, you don't have to worry about, oh, my God, they're using AI or they're de-aging or they're bringing in someone who doesn't look like Harrison Ford, like Alden Ehrenreich. So you don't have to worry about all that shit. So them showing up in Shadow Lord would be great. And I think, honestly, with the new change, Filoni and Lin-Win Brenner, I think they want to bring back those characters from the George Lucas original trilogy original trilogy rather, and put them in motion here in some way, shape, or form. So I would not be surprised. Alan Smith says, are you guys going to watch Aronofsky's AI animated series On This Day, 1776? AI makes people's skin look weird. And their eyes.
You should see their dicks.
Oh, boy. Are you watching Night of the Seven Kingdoms? You need to be watching that show.
Because it has a giant penis on it?
Yeah. The opening scene of the second episode is the old knight, and his penis is like 12 inches long. It's insane. Just watch the opening.
I saw the Ringer's in-depth investigation of penises. It was amazing.
That was great.
Incredible amount of time to be thinking about penises.
It was a great read. Doug Developer says, what's up, Doug? If Del Toro and Penn cancel each other out, who do you think wins supporting actor? I do think Lindo has a great shot because he's also so beloved among Hollywood circles. Yeah, Delroy could pull the upset here, bro.
No.
Stellan
Skarsgård. I don't see Delroy Lindo winning for this.
Could be a nice surprise though if he does. It would be awesome. Eternitine 4 Eva 323 says no one talks about Ethiopian Jews except that comics doc. But when we say Jews, it's usually the non-black ones. I mean, that's fair. Sammy Davis Jr. was a Jew, right? He converted.
That's true. But yeah. I will take exception to your comment because I walked up on some friends the other day. They were just having a conversation. I said, what are you guys talking about? And they said, Ethiopian Jews.
You got to get us canceled. Yankee says, so there'll be a Doomsday trailer for the Super Bowl 10 days from now before there's one for Brand New Day. And Sony's okay with that? Thanks, Jeds. I think they're both going to be at the Super Bowl. I would think.
I have no idea. This isn't like Sony's going to go at its own pace, guys.
Yeah. If I was Sony, I'd drop the trailer next week. That way you get ahead of all the Super Bowl trailers. I would drop the trailer next week if I was Sony. My Film's 99 says, Jeff, do you have any details on this Sean Penn directed new movie starring Tom Hardy that Penn mentioned he was shooting around the summer? Sean Penn is a director, bro. Your thoughts here, Jeff?
I'm looking. Hold on. Sorry.
Okay.
No, I don't actually. I don't know this one.
What is it? Is it Jamal Khashoggi? Is that the project or something else?
Mm-mm.
Flag Day was not good. I thought Into the Wild was good. The Pledge, Crossing Guard, Indian Runner better.
We need Sean Penn in front of the fucking camera. Sean Penn's one of our
exactly.
great actors. I don't know what Tom Hardy movie is.
Okay. Robert Sanchez says, does the rumors of Avengers Secret Wars being split into 2 movies hold any weight? I mean, it was my rumor last week, so would Marvel announce it?
Whoever fucking put that out there is full of shit, man.
He's a moron. Would Marvel announce that at SDCC at Comic-Con? Would Part 2 release in 2028? Yeah, I imagine it. I don't think they're going to show up at Comic-Con. I don't give a fuck about Comic-Con anymore. They'll announce it when they want to announce it. You know? What do you think, Jim?
Yeah, I don't think it'll. Nothing ever holds for Comic-Con anymore. Anyways,
yeah.
It's not the great stage that it once was. I haven't heard anything else since your big bombshell that lit up the internet, Rocha.
I did not think it was that big of a deal. It seemed logical to me. That's why I didn't think it was that big of a deal.
Reading all the articles that are like, Jeff Sneider's the show's real insider, but every now and then John Rocha drops some knowledge.
Well, you are. You are the insider. Matt 52493 says, I was just curious if you happen to know what the rule is regarding NDAs for test screenings for movies that ultimately get scrapped. I kind of feel like you don't have to adhere to the NDA if the movie gets scrapped. So if you've seen Batgirl, let us know, man. Jeff, I don't think the NDA is
the contract that you sign, the NDA you sign doesn't count if they throw the movie away.
Yeah, I agree. It doesn't count.
I don't think studios are coming after people for breaking NDAs on test screenings. That would be really bad publicity.
I agree. Wacky Wally 66. Good to see you, Wacky. Says, from Buffalo, some scratch to help with your heating bill. Thank you, Wacky. Thanks for the show and all your research. Respect. Okay.
Wacky Wally, you better have a subscription to the newsletter, bro.
Eternitine says Gundam is closer to DS9's later War is Hell seasons than the Transformers. Robotech is also like that. Oh, no, Robotech is like that. Yes. DS9. DS9. Oh, okay. That's good to know. Makes me excited.
It's a Deep Sea Nine.
Yeah, I love Deep Space Nine. It's one of my favorite Star Trek series.
Right.
Wiley UFC says, sending support. Rocha, I bet you were happy with a certain disappearance of an actor in Wonder Man. Oh, yes, I was. If only what happens in that Doorman episode happened in real life and we never had to see that person again, I'd be very happy. I'd be absolutely happy.
Thumbs up on Doorman.
Yeah, that was good stuff. But I have to say, thumbs up on the person who shows up, who is Terrence's rival. That came out of nowhere and was great. It was absolutely great, especially when they go to his house. Dancing Dog 60. McAdams is great in thrillers. She was in a Wes Craven film opposite Killian. Yeah, it's called Red Eye, and she held her own. She's a great actress, in my opinion. Yeah, I love it when Rachel goes into these like Freak Flag Fly type of movies because she is all in, man, and she's all in Send Help. Just like she was in Red Eye.
I think she's a good actress. I don't think that she's like a top tier, like disappear into characters actress, but I think she's very good. She's very consistent.
I would agree with this because in the Sherlock Holmes movies, she's not the greatest as Irene Adler. I would agree. There are limits to Rachel, but Rachel's usually good, but there's limits to Rachel. You know, there's a reason she's Doctor Strange's girlfriend or ex-girlfriend and not, Ms. Marvel or Captain Marvel.
She's a very good actress. I can't put her up there with Chastain or Hathaway level.
I would agree with that. Ben Davis 287 says Jeff knows ball. Channing Tatum was so good. There you go.
I know ball.
CB the Legend. Are we getting a Doomsday Super Bowl trailer? We talked about that already. So thank you for that, CB.
How can you not? No, it's still very much in post. Let me see if I have anything on that.
Yeah, do you have something on that?
I did check in before the show just in case.
Okay.
Oh, I did get a little something.
All right. Do you want to drop it now or do you want to wait till later?
They did Avengers is in post and they still have, a lot of pickups to do.
Okay.
But that the buzz is good.
Yay. That's good.
Is good. The buzz is good. You're gonna like it. You're gonna like the movie.
Wiley says, how do you guys juggle watching TV? I watch a ton of movie and not as much TV. I fall off a current show and very rarely watch old shows. How do you do it without sacrificing movie watch? Well, this is my job. So when I'm not doing a show, I'm literally in front of the TV watching a movie or a television show that I'm going to talk about on one of the shows. So it is literally my job. So I don't know how you do it, Jeff. How do you do it?
Much television that I don't get credit for it, but the next issue of the newsletter is supposedly going to be the television issue where I talk about where I run down every show I saw in 2025, give you my top 10, give you the most anticipated of 2026. There's so much television stuff I need to cover, and I'm saving it all.
There you go. All right. Turnitin Forever 323 says, LaRocca, thoughts on the subtext of AA Man suppressed emotion while navigating the Hollywood system in Wonder Man? Thoughts on the subtext of AA Man? What is AA Man?
African American, John.
Oh, suppressed emotion. Oh, sure, of course. Yeah, he's code switching throughout the whole series, depending on the situation in order to survive in that situation. But that opening episode shows you that he's a guy who, although he's playing the game in a certain way, he's still willing to have very strong opinions about what should work and what shouldn't work, even though that scene makes your skin crawl. It's an incredible scene. But I thought he was great. And I thought the way they worked, and of course, what is his secret? What is his power? And people trying to step on that the whole time, But it's also about having confidence, even within the system like that. So let's see. WV Grant says, with Gunn saying Pattinson won't be as Batman, who would you cast for an older 40s Batman, thicker, bulkier Batman?
Well, you know who's in his 40s, who's probably going to get a little bit thicker when they're ready to shoot.
Yeah.
This fucking guy.
Who go?
Me.
Jeff Sneider?
Me. I'm Batman. Hey.
Was that you at the city council meeting that it was all over the internet?
Batman.
Dressed as Batman.
These are all fucked up. Dude, that tooth fell out on Friday.
You had a tooth fall out? Just fall out?
It was the veneer. I busted
okay.
Right? So I look like a fucking yokel, right? And they're like, we can fix it this weekend, but it's going to be $850. Or you can wait till Monday and it'll be like $275. Right? It's that emergency fee that fucking kills you. I was like, I will wait the weekend. And I had to go all weekend without a front tooth, and I looked ridiculous.
That's great. That's great. I don't know. I mean, Tom Hardy has always been my choice, but I know, he was already a villain in the other Batman series. I don't know who else is out there that I would necessarily think would be a great. I mean, Hartnett on the outside, I kind of like Hartnett because I think he can play the comedy and the seriousness well if you're vacillating between both with Brave and the Bold. So I kind of like him. And maybe even your boy Tatum. I mean, Tatum could be an interesting choice, Jeff. No lie.
Yeah, he could be. I like that.
Yeah. Alan Smithy, have you heard anything about Cold Storage, a new flick with Liam Neeson, Georgina Campbell, and Joe Keery based on a book by David Koepp? Looks fun. Yeah, the trailer looked fun. I haven't heard anything about it, though. Jeff?
No, I haven't heard much about it. I mean, that thing, it feels like it's been around for a while.
Yeah.
It feels like it's been sitting in cold storage for a while.
Another Liam Neeson vehicle. Met Sister McCall, might see Send Help tomorrow. Keep hearing about Iron Lung, a horror movie with YouTuber Markiplier. What's your Super Bowl prediction score? Go Pats. Go Pats.
Yeah, I keep
Iron Lung?
Iron Lung. I watched the trailer, whatever they're calling that,
Okay.
It looks, you can barely see what's going on. It looks so dark. I really don't have much interest in seeing it, but I know it has like 7 million in pre-sales or something.
It's out in theaters apparently now near me. I didn't know that. Mark Fishbach. I don't know who this guy is.
Player. Yeah. I mean,
that's his name. Okay.
Yeah. Super Bowl
I don't know this.
prediction score. Ooh, that's tough. I'm gonna go 23 to 19.
Okay. I think it's going to be a blowout, kind of like the Bears versus the Patriots. I think it's going to be like 35-10. I don't think it's going to be close.
And who do you think?
I think the Seahawks are going to win. Absolutely.
The Seattle Seahawks are going to blow out the Patriots?
Yeah, absolutely. 100%.
Because
I'll tell you this.
The New England team not play with pride.
Drake May has played like when Steve Grogan was leading them in the Super Bowl against the Bears. That's the last time I saw when Drew Bledsoe lost to the Packers. Come on.
Okay.
Drew, yeah. I just think I think Drake May has played like dog shit in the playoffs. He's been eking out these victories.
Yes, he did throw a bunch of touchdowns in a blizzard.
Dude, I mean, come on. Even in the Chargers game, he didn't play that well. So I just think I don't know if he's, when you're coming up against that Seattle defense, which is a fucking monster, and you're not going to be playing in the snow, so that defense is not going to be slowed down. You're going to be in Santa Clara. That could be danger. And I just think Sam's got that. He's got that offense humming. So I think they're going to.
Seattle barely win that game last week
against the Rams, the top team in the NFL. Yeah, one of the top teams in the NFL.
Barely win.
Yeah, they barely won. Yes.
Is the Rams defense absolutely horrific?
Not horrific, but it's not great.
It's not good. It's not good.
No. It's not a good defense.
Hear about Drake May this, Drake May. No, Sam Darnold faced a goddamn piece of Swiss cheese last week.
I'm just saying, Drake's been throwing interceptions and fumbling the ball. That's not a good recipe going into a Super Bowl, but we'll see. We'll see. Mr. Poppy, 7885 says, support for the Hot Mic Bros. Let's do big things this year. Muchos besos.
Muchos besos.
There you go.
Mr. Poppy. That's what Destiny called me.
I like that. Oh boy. DJ Vega 101 says, I'm a young actor, and it was hilarious when Wonder Man recorded the reader's lines himself because he couldn't find a reader for the audition. Relatable. Oh yeah. I had a lot of PTSD watching that series, thinking about the 15 years I was an actor or 20 years I was an actor in LA and a lot of those things. And I left just as the self-taping thing was becoming a thing. And I hear horror stories about that kind of stuff. So I thank God I'm not in that anymore.
Me too, because if you made it big, I would just be so jealous.
Figs 1210 says, hey guys, Jeff, have you heard anything about a project called Green Eyes, directed by JT Mulder and produced by Glenn Powell's Barnstorm Banner?
No, DM me privately. Or is it a code word for the Texas Chainsaw Massacre?
Ooh, could be. Cowboys fan 92 says, hey talking TV shows, guys, I finally jumped on High Potential and I love it. Do you think it will get renewed for a third season? By the way, I lived in Cambridge, UK for a while from 2005 to 2023. 18 years is not a while, bro. That's probably half your life. Love from
That's a long time, love.
Damn.
Is that how they talk in Cambridge? No, I don't know. I'm butchering
What is that? What are you doing?
Like, stop that.
I don't watch High Potential. Do you watch that one?
I mean, my mom always said I had high potential.
Oh my gosh.
I know that I fulfilled it.
I like her from It's Always Sunny, but it's not a show I necessarily gravitate to. So just like Will Trent, I tried Will Trent for a season.
Is that the Caitlin Olsen show? Is that what that is?
Yeah, the Caitlin Olsen show. Yeah.
You like her?
You should give it a shot.
Sweet D.
It's just the shows are 45 minutes each, and I'm just not sure I have time for a show like that.
I got attached to, and then they canceled it.
The Mick was good.
Mick. Yeah. That's right.
Yeah, it was good. That Shadow 790 says, John, who do you think is winning the Rumble matches this weekend? I don't know. Roman Reigns and Liv Morgan. That's my guess is. But I will be doing a live watch along of the show on Saturday night, so come and join me on this channel. We'll do a live watch along of the Royal Rumble.
Grown man spending a Saturday night watching wrestling live on a podcast.
What's the difference? What's the difference?
Rocha, take that lady, Mrs. Ella, on a date.
Bro, we're around each other 24/7. We hang out and have fun doing our things, man. Fantastic says, my prediction is the Ron Howard Glenn Powell firefighter movie is going to be called Backdrafts.
How dare you, Fredtastic. Glenn Powell watches the show. You think you're endearing yourself to Glenn Powell? You're not going to be invited to The Running Man 2.
Glenn Powell, you... better put De Niro in it, man. Come on. Masters McCall says, a singer that needs a biopic. Is Ozzy getting one? Ozzy. I don't know if Ozzy would get one because they'd want to control his image. And Ozzy did a lot of crazy shit. I don't know.
I think that we need one for Mr. Rose. Axel, motherfucker.
Oh, yeah, maybe. That's a good one. I mean, I've always said Sam Cooke, and there was going to be one, but they never really finished it out. Marvin Gaye deserves one. I think Jesse L. Martin was supposed to do one. A lot of shit with the Marvin Gaye stuff I think would be a great to explore. Cowboys Fan 92. Hey, by the way, guys, I finally watched the first Rocky for the first time ever in my early 30s. Still holds up well. Damn right it does.
That movie, yeah. I Play Rocky got dated for Thanksgiving. That's going to be a big release for Amazon. Or it's dated for November. I don't know about Thanksgiving.
Mm-hmm. Masters of McCall. Shouldn't Jack O'Connell be nominated over Delroy? Jeff and I battled about this last week.
No. I disagree. I think that Delroy was the standout because you have to, for the second half to matter, you have to invest in these characters. You have to care about them. And I just thought that he was so good in the first half of that movie. It overshadowed what Jack O'Connell did as villain. He was very good, Jack O'Connell, but
yeah, he was. The Lawardo says, hello from Sydney. Which actor do you consider to be emerging as the next Meryl Streep or Daniel Day-Lewis?
That's easy.
Go ahead.
I think it's this year's likely Oscar winners. I think it's Timothy. And I think it's Jesse Buckley.
I would agree with that. I would throw Florence Pugh in there. And depending on how Jacob does.
Jesse better than Florence Pugh.
Well, yes, I agree. But in Wuthering Heights, I think Florence Pugh has the mainstream gem or gene that Jesse doesn't have. So I don't know that Jesse will be mainstream like Meryl Streep was mainstream. And if you're saying that combo, that's the thing. I think Florence can go mainstream. Yeah, that's what I would say.
Sure.
D-Sal says joining in late today, but setting support. Thank you, D-Sal. Doug says, who's a, quote, decent and best actor / actress who won an Oscar? Like a Joe Flacco winning the Super Bowl. My vote is Gwyneth Paltrow in Shakespeare in Love and Eddie Redmayne as Stephen Hawking. Well, Eddie's a damn good actor. I wouldn't put Eddie in that category. He's not decent at best. He's a fucking good actor.
Yeah, I was going to say, anyone who's winning an Oscar, it's tough to say that they're decent at best because they must have had some sort of high point that allowed them to win that award.
Yeah. I mean, I would say Halle qualifies. I've never thought Halle's that great of an actress, but she did it in Monsters Ball. She did it in Monsters Ball.
That's fair. Let me ask you this. Would you say Marissa Tomei or?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I guess.
Better than decent at best.
Yeah. I don't, she was great in My Cousin Vinny. Did I think that was an Oscar-winning performance? No, but
in general,
that being said, yeah, she's a strong, good actress.
Yeah.
I don't know, decent though, because she was good in The Wrestler. That wasn't a decent performance. That was a damn good performance.
What I'm saying.
Yeah. Yeah, that's tough. That's tough. Doug says, I see you. I'm too fly Cam. You better spread some of that wealth to spill the tequila on February 10th, the lucky bastard. Oh, there you go. All right.
What's spill? Isn't that your show? Spill the tequila?
Yeah, the show with me and Winston. Yeah, I'd love that for I'm too fly.
Spread the wealth on February 10th.
Yeah.
Don't you know what February 10th is, Doug Developer?
Tell him, Jeff.
My birthday.
That's right, his birthday. All right, anyway. Fred says 50 points for Rocha pulling Steve Grogan. Respect. Come on, I'm old enough to remember Steve Grogan and the Patriots getting their asses kicked to those Bears. Come on.
I'm sorry. I thought that the first Patriots quarterback ever was Drew Bledsoe.
Well, he got beaten in the Super Bowl too. Tough Luck Y6SR says, Jeff, will we still see Yaya's Wonder Man in Avengers Doomsday since you name dropped him as part of the film's unannounced second half of the full cast? Dude, I would think coming out of this series, that has to be a yes. What are your thoughts?
Be a priority. We got to get Yaya involved in the features.
Yes.
I don't know why they would, not have him or include him in these Avengers movies. I'm going to stand by that cast list, even if I pulled it out of my togas. Or did I?
Or did he? All right. Let's see some Streamlabs here.
Or did I?
Josh says, Jeff, it has been almost a few months since there were rumors and reports about Mummy 4 and the next Jurassic World movie. Are you surprised nothing has been officially announced from Universal? Have you heard anything new regarding either project?
I mean, there's a rumor going around. Did you hear this rumor about?
No, please enlighten me.
I haven't looked into it. I don't know if it's true. I just haven't read it up.
Okay.
They're saying that this Henry Cavill guy could be the villain in a Mummy movie.
I like that idea. Yeah,
I like the idea of like a villainous turn from him.
Yeah.
But like the Mummy?
Hey, man.
I don't know if I haven't vetted that rumor. I don't know if it's true. I'm just saying that's the rumor apparently that's going around online.
He's about to do Voltron, man. Did you like those shots of him? Did you see the shots of him as Highlander this past week? Did you like those shots? Or
I don't give a fuck about Highlander. I wasn't raised on those movies. I probably end up seeing that unless it's like a free screen. It's in my god.
Okay. Orange soiled his shorts. Yeah. Hi. 1, put these bands in order of importance. Zeppelin, Stones, Beatles, Fleetwood Mac, and the Smiths. 2, Sinners winning would feel like an upset. It doesn't feel like a Best Picture winner. Do you agree? And what are the chances Trump gets impeached? I paid my money. Thanks. All right. I'll do it. 3, chance he gets impeached. Probably 0. Even if we take the House and the Senate, I don't think they'll ever get it through the Senate. I'd venture he'd step down before he'd ever get impeached.
Yeah, like what would he have to do to get impeached?
I mean, I feel like he's already done it, but they're not going to impeach him. Yeah.
How much worse are we talking about?
Exactly. Yeah.
So yeah, low percentage there. What was the second question?
Sinners winning would feel like an upset. It doesn't feel like a Best Picture winner. Do you agree?
It doesn't, and it would be an upset, but I do think it's possible.
Yeah, I agree with everything Jeff said. And put these bands in order of importance: Led Zeppelin, the Stones, the Beatles, Fleetwood Mac, and the Smiths.
Beatles, Stones, Zeppelin, Fleetwood Mac, Smiths.
I agree. That's a perfect yes. I agree with you 100%.
Yeah.
Fred says, you're very smart. Fred says, hey, Hot Mike, showing support from my dudes. Thank you, Fred. I'm going to double down on my past comment that Feige lost the pulse of the land because Wonder Man was so fucking good that I have to ask, why did this shit sit on the shelf for so long?
Why did this show stay on the shelf for so long? That was a real tongue twister. I don't know why. I mean, he probably waited for the right moment, but it seems like it was the right moment. I think that the show's going to put up really good numbers on Disney Plus right now, and we can't knock the guy for when it came out. You can only knock him for whether it's good or not, and he delivered.
Yeah. I agree. Dancing Dog 60 says, as much as I feel that we should just let actors act, they train to learn dialects and play old/young. I feel there's also a reviewability thing. Robbie Benson in Brownface playing a gang member was just silly and offensive. Just my 2 cents. Well, sure, but we're not at that time anymore, right? Like I was watching an old Western with Paul Newman, and he is a Mexican in brownface. Paul Newman, okay? And he's doing I'm going to buy these from you. He's doing the fucking accent. So, like, we've come a long way from shit like that. So we are getting a little too in the weeds with the minutia. So I think it has to be a case-by-case basis when it comes to stuff like that. What do you think, Jeff?
I will do the accent if you guys pay me enough money.
Rambo died with the Trump support, I guess. I paid twice. Jeff is going to love this. Belichick doesn't get into the Hall of Fame because who knows? Sinners gets 60 nominations more than any other film. Feels like a makeup award. And John told me, don't tell me that this is a coincidence. Collusion is a thing. Collusion? You think the 10,000 people who voted for the awards colluded. This isn't 8 people in a room.
Yeah, no.
10,000 people. There's no collusion.
Leonardo DiCaprio wants to talk to more than like 13 people in the Academy.
Yeah, exactly.
Everyone else is like, get away from me. Who are you? Why are you talking to me?
Yeah.
There's too many questions. What are we answering?
Belichick doesn't get in the Hall of Fame because who knows? Well, I think it's Spygate and Deflategate. I think absolutely.
I also agree it's a 1-year penalty for that kind of stuff.
Which I don't have a problem with.
I did like Jeff Wells' theory that it's out of jealousy that he has a hot 24-year-old girlfriend and the other the media people just can't handle it. They're like, we can't give this guy everything.
I just loved people coming for Bill Polian, thinking that he was like fucking Game of Thronesing the whole thing and totally screwing him over. It was hilarious. And he had to come out and say, no, I voted for him. I voted for him.
He sounded guilty.
Yeah, he did. He did. He sounded real guilty, bro.
I think I voted. I'm 95% sure I did. It was only 2 weeks ago. I can't remember.
I know I voted for Kraft. I know I voted for Kraft. It's like, wait. Well, Samo says, I just saw this review on YouTube that said Marty Supreme was a movie made for incels. What the fuck? That wasn't the movie I saw. Yeah, I agree with that. I don't think that dude was an incel. Especially because he was having sex. He was having sex with women. How could he be an incel? Jeff,
yeah, he was getting a lot of sweet, sweet ass. So
yes, I mean Odessa A'zion and Gwyneth Paltrow in the same movie, bro. Please, that's no incel can claim that. Fredtastic says, I finally watched one battle after another, and damn, what a good movie with the social commentary and storylines. I'll say it's even with Sinners. It's going to be a hell of an Oscar show. Well, Fred, most people think One Battle is ahead of Sinners by a mile, but
it's definitely a showdown between those two movies, I think, especially after the Safdie article. We're just going to go home very happy.
Samuel says, thoughts on the Sundance movies that are being shown this year and got picked up? Jeff, it's kind of a low-key Sundance. Only the Olivia Wilde movie made a lot of noise, I think, when it finally sold. What are your thoughts on Sundance, bro? Anything you want to say?
Yeah, very, very muted Sundance, other than the assault of that 29-year-old congressman.
Oh, yes. Oh, my God.
Yeah, the invite selling for a decent price to A24 is interesting. I think that you're going to end up seeing that movie in the summer.
Okay.
That would be my guess. Not a whole lot else to say. Again, I'm watching Josephine tonight. It doesn't sound like there was really a breakout midnight movie. Just kind of going out with a whimper in Park City.
It kind of was. And then seeing all those pictures of how dilapidated some of the screening rooms were and how they were, one of those theaters, I think it was Scott who put up that one of the theaters was literally taking itself down after they showed their movie. The library. The library. That was sad.
Where it's, they're just waiting, to make some changes, I think, in Park City, and they just had to be done.
Michael Hunt says, have you heard any Elden Ring news, casting announcement, or production updates?
I've broken all the Elden Ring news. I have nothing left for you.
There you go. Okay, Wacky Wallace says, Jeff, I think I am an insider subscriber. Site was trickier than kink. Oh, there you go. Oof. All right.
Sorry.
That's not Jeff, though. That's the carrier's fault.
I know what I'm doing.
Buck Teeth Bandit says, hey, Jeff, my birthday is also February 10th. LOL. I don't have any questions. Just wanted to donate. Thanks to both you guys for the show, as always. Thank you, Buck Teeth.
Buck Teeth.
Galley Productions excited for J.J. Abrams' The Great Beyond. Oof.
Tough to put great in your title. Better be great. Otherwise,
it better be great.
More like the good beyond. More like the okay beyond.
That Shadow 790. Thoughts on the White Lotus next season cast? Yes, Jeff. Yeah. Let's take a look at the White Lotus season cast, focusing on the word white. Holy crap! There's so much.
The Black Lotus, John.
Look at this. I'm being blinded by the many shades of white of this cast. It is ridiculous.
Look at this white scum.
Mike White cast an all-white cast in the White Lotus.
How much white do we need here?
People of color go on trips too. People of color can afford to go around the world as well, especially Paris. Anyway, CB the Legend says production budget for Doomsday and Star Wars and Secret Wars $1 billion combined. Oh, probably. Wouldn't you say, Jeff?
I don't know if it's
Close
quite
to?
that. I don't know if it's quite that high, but it's approaching.
Yeah. Yeah.
Approaching, I figure.
I love this. Lotus so white. Lotus so white.
Guys, we need to have more black people in the White Lotus.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, we didn't get to 50 of them at $5 and over.
6 or 7 people. Like,
Yeah, all right, fine.
Another like 10 people that'll be added to the show.
Okay. All right. So here's what I have. Here's
I
what I'll break.
Marianne Jean Baptiste.
Oh yeah, Marianne Jean Baptiste. Yeah,
Jean Baptiste.
All right. So here's the 2 things that I have with Doomsday. I'm going to do it anyway because some people donated more than $5, so that averages out for the people who are going for $2.
Yeah.
So here's what. And Jeff, you can tell me if it's
passes. I don't know what you're about to say, and I got an email this week about Doomsday. It could have been the same email from the same person. We don't know. I didn't want to know. John, go for it.
Do you want to do yours first? I don't want to.
No,
you're the scoop.
I would know.
Okay. All right. So according to my sources, Doom has his own, quote, Black Order, a group of witches and wizards who are working for him. Now, I don't know what that means. I don't know if that's comic book faithful, but that's what this person is telling me, that Doom has his own, quote, Black Order, a group of witches and wizards who work for him. So you say witches, you say wizards. We're playing with magic. Who could be involved with the magic stuff? Certainly Scarlet Witch, maybe others. So interesting things to consider. Doctor Strange, yes, very possible as well. A lot of people have been making that rumor. That rumor's been making the rounds for sure. And the other thing is that F4 and also Fantastic Four and Doom asks Steve to come with them to the MCU to help them gain the hero's trust. This was supposed to be a post-credit scene in Fantastic Four, but they removed it. So this could be a scene in the movie that Fantastic Four and Doom asks Steve Rogers to come with them to the MCU to help them gain the hero's trust. That seems to be logical, Jeff. Your thoughts on this?
Repeat it once more.
Okay.
Repeat the second one once more. One more time.
Yeah. Also, the Fantastic Four and Doctor Doom ask Steve to come with them to the MCU to help them gain the hero's trust. So maybe it's not Doom versus the Fantastic Four initially. Maybe they're working together because something Steve does causes a problem for their world, and so they're coming together. So it's initially them coming from a place supposedly of like wanting to help and figure this out, and it's Doom who betrays everybody and backstabs everybody. It's very possible. This was supposed to be a post-credit scene in Fantastic Four, but they removed it.
Now, did you get this from an anonymous email?
Not anonymous, no. This person and I have communicated quite some time over the last few months.
Okay, because I got an anonymous tip that contradicts what you just said.
Okay, sure. Go ahead. What do you got?
So it's an anonymous email. I don't know who it is. It's just an email that could have been sent by one of you fucking guys. So I have no idea if it's true.
Right.
They said that Steve has been living in the Fantastic Four world.
Ooh.
Which is what? 616? I don't know, whatever.
Yeah. 616 is the main, but I think it's 818 or 838, somewhere.
Whatever the fuck that one is. They said right. Steve has been living there.
Wow. And
that Loki brings him and his family there because the TVA has been pruning Steve's timeline. And since Steve and his family don't exist in 818, whatever.
616, right?
Whatever the fuck it is. No, they're safe.
In 828, they're safe. But not
right. They're safe there because they don't exist there. So it's not like there would be like, you know what I mean?
Wow.
I mean, I don't know. And again, you start invoking timelines and TV and the TV. I don't know. You lost me.
No, it's fair.
What this random tip said is that Loki brought Steve to the Fantastic Four world, Steve and his family, because the TVA has been pruning Steve's timeline.
Well, it would make sense because obviously Loki and Captain America have known each other since the first Avengers movie. So it would make sense that if Loki's in this better place, this place where he's caring for people, that he would move Cap and his family, which includes Peggy, to another Earth to save them from being pruned.
Doesn't that contradict what you just said? Because I said Loki brings him there, and you said that somebody else brings him there?
No. I'm saying that the Fantastic Four and Doom take Steve Rogers to 616 so that the heroes in 616 or 616 will give them more credibility in the things that they're saying. So it still fits what you're saying in that Steve is in 828. The things happen. Steve, so Fantastic Four and Doom take Steve to 616 so that the heroes in 616 are more open to hear why they're upset about what's going on and help them. But in the end, Doom is supposed to be the villain. So is Doom in league with the Fantastic Four and Steve Rogers as a way of getting what he needs and he turns on everybody? A very curious situation. Yeah.
Okay, well, I just hope someone in Disney marketing just watched my face through the last 30 seconds of what you said, because I was just so confused. Like, that is what they're up against with this movie. Wait, DJ Vega is saying, Jeff, that might be a random because My Time to Shine tweeted recently exactly what Rocha just said. So yeah. I think the report, Jeff, came from someone who's inferring that. I have no idea. That's why, like, it's not like any rumor I've said before because this is a random new person.
I have to say, I didn't know that My Time to Shine Hello tweeted what I just said. So I heard it from a source. So I did not know that she tweeted that. So I don't know. Interesting. All right.
You were saying she now? We're saying she for sure.
That's what I've heard is that she's a she. I've never met her or I've never talked to her in person. So I don't know if it's a she. We sometimes will tweet back and forth to each other on X, but I don't have conversations with her on the phone or in person.
Maybe it's me.
Maybe it's you. Yeah, the whole time it's been you. So.
Ever think of that?
It could be.
I'm all these. I'm Daniel RPK.
But yeah, that could be possible. It still works because if Loki puts Steve in 828, as you said, F4 and Doom are already in 828. And they recruit Steve after stuff's gone down to bring him to 616 so that the heroes in 616 are more open to hear what Doom and Fantastic Four have to say because they trust Steve Rogers. And if Steve's with them, they're more open to hear what they have to say. So it's very possible. Very possible. Not that hard, Jeff. All right. All right. Anyway, let's get out of here because I think that's all the Streamlabs and the Super Chats that we have. We're past our 2-hour mark. We got to go. Jeff, please let people know where to subscribe to your stuff and read your newsletter.
theinsnyder.com. It's not that much, guys. We're talking about $10 a month. I see people throwing around money on this show. $100 here, $20 there, $10 a month. That's all I ask. Save yourself some money. Get an annual pass. Get $100 for the year. You're saving money. It's less than that. So,
bro, I love you, bro, but no one's tossing $100 recently. Only Derek was.
There's Derek. Where's he been?
You got to wait for Derek to show up when he wants to show up. That's kind of how he is. He's like Haley's comment, man. It'll show up when it shows up. All right, there you go. Yeah, subscribe to his newsletter. As for me, please remember to subscribe down below. Hit that bell button so you see when we drop these episodes. Leave us your comments about everything we talked about there on the side. And if you really want to send some love for the show, if you're watching later, hit that thanks button and send in some support for the show as well. All right, thanks, everybody. Love you. Take care of yourselves. Be well, and we'll talk to you next time with another brand new episode here of The Hot Mic. Peace.